pushed.
Yep.
Wait, we're going live in 3 different places now?
Apparently.
No.
You're going live in 2 because Bob couldn't figure out how to get the third one working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
Bob's got the
we've
night
also
off.
got a new, we've also got a new, fancy new layout as well.
yeah, so if you guys want to put webcams on, it actually works on one of the streams. It doesn't work on my stream because I'm way too lazy to do that, but still.
Yeah. So yeah, we do have the ability to have webcams now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't put webcam in
Yeah,
Roll20,
I
that would be
feel-
very weird.
I feel like my like I might as well do an overhead webcam because otherwise, you know, it's just gonna be my forehead the entire time we play as I'm just sitting painting something. So I might as well put like whatever I'm working on rather than just like have my forehead for the session.
Hey, because of
I
my
mean-
receding hairline,
Yeah.
usually my streams are entirely just my forehead.
I mean, I've got receding hairline as well.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what we have to live with.
I just have a glorious 5 head.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a 4 head. My forehead hits extra dimensions.
I
Right.
know.
Hey, if you're wondering what this is the new clutch lever for my motorbike.
Oh, it
I
looks
was wondering.
it looks vaguely like something you'd get as like a superhero, as like a batarang or something
Oh.
like that.
Alright.
You know?
I thought it looked very much like either a bottle opener or like the most badass wand from Harry Potter ever. Like,
What a good number.
Or a
I mean,
good- or a good
the
cane
big ball on the end doesn't really
Yeah.
help with that.
Mm.
it also
I feel
looks
like it's
like
a really good cane topper.
it also looks like a pipe.
Yeah, a little bit.
Does look like a good cane topper, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Mm.
See, I don't have the fancy starting soon as well.
I mean, it's not really fancy. It's literally just the
It's
Alterra logo and starting
You
soon.
know what I mean.
That's it.
That's fancy in Bob's world.
They're fancy stuff. I don't
That
do
mean they're
that.
I don't get no fancy stuff.
You managed
Yeah,
to
I
put
need-
2 things on a screen at once.
Heresy.
I am still
Witchcraft.
working on the sort of backdrop scape thing to replace the one we currently have. I have drawn up some plans and I'm quite excited. I'm gonna fully paint it off.
I
Finish
mean,
it
if you
off, on
want
Sunday.
to make it like a fancy like starting soon screen as well, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I'll take a crack at it.
You know, I'll have a crack at it.
That'd be correct. And Kaylee, you were actually doing like a wooden background thing as well, weren't you?
Oh yeah, it's pretty much done. Like I finished it before, like a while ago. I've just not obviously had time with the move to really tidy it up. But once that is done, I'll be able to like actually properly put in like a wee splash screen and stuff and get maybe some extra wee bitties, which would be nice.
I mean, you're if you have the World of Alterra live, you'll see the fancy new layout as well.
Yes, I did load it up. I can't keep it up for long,
That's
mostly
fine.
because
as
my
long as
laptop
as
doesn't
long as
like
you have it
all of the
muted, so we
things.
don't get like feedback as well.
Just double.
It's already muted. But yeah, I do want to see it. I did briefly see it last time because, you know, I was spying on y'all when I came back. But, yeah.
But yes, it is all fancy. It is all shiny. It is first draft.
Oh,
We
also,
love it.
for the one thing on the actual Alterra game, why is Doom also filled? Have we caused Doom as well? Did Alvina cause Doom?
Doom, you say?
Yeah, the bar at the top is maxed out on both Rebellion and Doom. So,
We did cause Doom?
I mean, yeah, if you look
100%?
Can I drop a
The,
nuke
the
at
big
end?
red circle in
I-
the middle is.
I don't
hey,
know. I've had confirmation from an omnipotent presence that we have in fact caused the Doom.
I mean, yeah.
100%.
I mean, the
Eve,
doom of the
uh,
professor.
I know, but I
Yeah.
don't
I've
want
got
the
it.
ogres taking credit for my actions.
I've got it on good
100%.
authority. It was a nuke. What did you expect?
Yeah.
100% rebellion, 100% doom.
Yeah,
You
but now
back-
they're scared of
you-
me, not the ogres. Can we change the Doom picture that has the ogre to just Alvina?
You've You've achieved an equilibrium of
I'm
absolute
balanced as all
scared.
things should be.
So is it the in The Simpsons
Alvina
when?
Spanos confirmed.
Oh, I was thinking The Simpsons with when they're pushing all the like germs and that through Mr. Burns' door.
Yes!
Yep.
I am so
You've-
happy. Alvina is the apocalypse. Also means you actually get a good look at the nice token that Ali made. Well, I made the
Yes.
I made the Hero Forge character, and Ali like spruced it up, I believe.
So I put it into a frame and made the background.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which I really love that you included Assassin's extra knife and like tentacle bit outside of the frame. It just really adds extra vibes, you know? Good.
I think we can switch to the other scene now.
That isn't even assassins. That's just the sword I've got.
Well, I mean, we're still waiting for Chris to DM and things. So
Yeah, this is me good to go. Just taking the background while I do this.
Yes, the nuke.
I got time to make it a circle.
Sorry.
Oh, so many plans for this week, and yet just one thing after the other. So little time.
Yep.
Old light,
Alright,
Jim, but not as we know it.
Are all the players? I have my mic back to my face now. Are all the players ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, let's get it. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the World of Alterra. The Shattered Altsphere, episode 23, Rise of the Rebellion, part 2. As you can see, we've made some improvements. Alvina is now the source of all doom.
Yay!
We now have optional camera layout and a text screen for the chat, as well as just a nice little layout. I still think the frame needs to be brought in a little bit, so there's a little bit of a border around it for the wooden
it's
panel
fine.
behind that.
It's first
Everyone's a
draft.
critic.
It is draft one. Yeah.
Just saying, it's a tiny little thing that makes all the difference.
Chat uses that.
Sheepbeard.
Yeah, Sheepbeard tends to
The,
use it.
the ever ongoing mystery of who the Sheepbeard is. That Chris
Sheepbeard-
seems to know, but no one else does.
Sheepbeard's followed me as well, so thank you.
I really want to know who it is.
I mean, they are a sheep with a beard,
They-
or they
they-
have a beard made of sheep.
They're
What
clearly
more is there to know?
They're clearly that pirate character that I made for that one-shot flashback after Al Overknew, who was actually called Captain Woolenbeard.
Oh no.
And he's just
God.
gained sentience. and a Twitch account.
Wait, did our game literally hack the internet
Yes.
and become one with it?
That's as far as I'm concerned, yes.
The character
Why
has
you're the
become
apocalypse
sentient.
now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, damn, I forgot about
You even have
Emmy,
a
unfortunately,
right.
was one of the sacrifices of me not having enough time this week.
That's fair. That's why I thought I'd check if Emmy's eventually gonna get a character sheet.
Emmy was the
Impossible.
wobbling mound, wasn't it?
Emmy is the
Shambling mound.
the shambling shrub that Alvina is convinced that I am convinced looks like Shaman from Pokemon. So a tiny
Right.
little bush hedgehog.
Also,
Yes.
also, you know how like the big one is a shambling mound.
Yeah.
Would it just be like a shaking shrub or a trembling,
trembling shrub?
Since it's just a wee lad,
No,
you
ambling.
know?
It's an ambling shrub.
There we go. See it? There we go.
What?
Because shamble means, you know, it's
It's a
quite a
movement.
big
It's a
presence.
movement.
It's a big movement. Whereas it's just a little lad, so it needs to be a smaller movement.
It's an ambling
Like a
shrub.
shuffling mound?
Shuffling shrub.
Yeah,
Shuffle, no, it's
it's like
ambling
a-
shrub. I like
A small
ambling.
mound is just a lump, isn't it? So it's just a shuffling lump.
No, it's a plant. A
We
lump
do
could
like
be
the
anything.
shrub.
Lump.
Yeah, lump could be anything. We can't call it a shambling lump because it could literally mean anything. Technically, like most of the characters could be ambling lumps.
Yeah, true.
I think it's got to be a Berberus. It's got to be prickly.
No. Well, it might be, but Alvin hasn't noticed.
I do all these things and more
Pirate cancer.
in the campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had some things happen. So before we get a quick round check, let's do a quick recap. The players have finally arrived at the Mines of Avarice on their way to retrieve the last of the Void Arcanite propellers stolen from their ship by the Oni, and also in the pursuit of helping out the Oni twins they've made allies or temporary allies with, as well as Void Prime, in order to maybe do a little bit of regicide. And to do this, they need to get up to the Oni King's Palace through the mines. In the pursuit of the mines, they've also come across what appears to be a large collection of Noid slaves working in the mines underneath the Oni thrall, as well as some ogre slave masters. During an attempt to free them, the professor valiantly gave their life and was then subsequently nuked by mimics.
Yeah, I drew
Oh,
them all
no.
into one spot. I set them up. Alvina just knocked them down.
Strike!
That's how I want to go in real life.
What, me
As you
throwing a
can imagine-
fireball
Being
that
ripped
blows
apart.
up everything around you?
Not the being ripped apart first by giants thing. Just sacrificing myself to save people.
As you can imagine, this
And
explosion
have a chat
has
with the
rocked
Reaper.
the caravan, or the caravan, has rocked the cavern.
Rock the caravan.
Rock
Oh,
the show.
okay.
There's a caravan above the cavern which is shaking. With like, what the fuck just happened?
There's a guy.
Hey, man, this is not good.
Why is
Has
he?
left a crater in the ground and brought up a wash of just debris and smoke and chalk and all kinds of particles into the air as the area becomes heavily obscured. A blast of hot furnace like air pushes all the players back, knocking out a few. Your eyes are stinging and you're choking, as we are going to do a couple seconds time, or what could be a couple seconds to a couple minutes time skip, as kind of the ringing in your ear subsides a little bit, enough that you can actually regain consciousness or regain focus on what has actually happened. As this happens, you see what appears to be a large inferno of fire still in the center of the cavern, in the shape of a massive Sauron's eye, looking through the misty chalk-like cover.
That's actually happening. It's not good.
But with that, let's quickly remind ourselves of the players who are still alive. Wolfie, why don't you start us off?
Howdy, I am Wolfie Bait. I am the one playing Alvina Alanor, the Avatar of Destruction. And Alvina is also the Avatar of Destruction. I'm playing Barbarian. Hi, I'm one of the streamers.
There they are. Zormir.
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm playing Dr. Zormir. I'm not streaming. We're having Ben stream instead of me, because he's going to have to take over next week when me and Jamie are away.
Yep.
I am the artificer who's currently standing in front of the only surviving ogre.
Don't worry, we'll just take him prisoner like we did last one. That went so well.
No, he's just going to be another one of the spies for the many nations, just to see how dangerous we are if you mess with us.
Fuck you.
Hi, I'm Fuck You, piloted by Ben. I'm currently streaming this, so if anything breaks, it's my fault. Fuck You has been just running around the last couple of weeks, not doing much. He did hand off this big a ball to
Crystal ball,
Alvina. Yeah, crystal ball to Alvina, just to see what would happen when she threw it, and a big explosion happened, and he's now kicking himself for not using it on Big Toe.
Yeah.
But
Alvina,
to be fair,
do
this giant column of fire looks beautiful.
It looks
does.
gorgeous.
It looks very good.
It's beautiful.
Pretty.
Feel
Let's get another one.
something sting in your soul.
Also, Fuck You is a goblin arsonist, so that, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention. So,
So
yeah,
beautiful.
very pretty.
Gwen.
I am Dia. I play Gwen, and I feel just it sucks as Zormir is standing next to the one enemy left. So I'm going to have to go rescue his goddamn cowhide. And I don't want to.
Lovely Lou.
Hi, I'm Neil. Play Lugrim, Warlock Sorcerer Kling, and we'll see what happens.
We will see what
Just-
happens.
What happens? Assassin.
Hello. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. My name is Assassin. I am a kobold ?
Squid.
I am a thief.
I am a bit dazed from the explosion. Yep, that's definitely what we're going for. This is roleplay. It's character choice. And so far I'm just very upset because I'm very dry now.
Yeah.
Squids don't like it. It's very humid in here. It's not my environment.
Not because
Squid Boy doesn't like the humidity. Fair enough. The Point, aka hashtag Sad Boy.
Hi there. I'm Ali. I'm playing The Point, who is a dwarf bard artificer who just saw his friend get ripped apart by Oni, and then the corpse get nuked. He's not happy right now.
Try and make some new
Assassin
friends
hasn't
in the world.
realized it yet. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of the party might not have realised the Professor got nuked to the assassin in Alvina.
I mean,
And the Professor probably noticed.
No, there we go.
No,
I
I
was very
never
excited.
saw a thing.
And last but not least, James, why don't you just say hi as a person?
hi, I'm James, and I've just worked out who Sheepbeard is. I've solved the mystery.
Solve the mystery.
I have, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You know, it's gonna end up that everybody knows, but no one's gonna say, and then like everyone's just gonna forever keep the secret while everyone collectively knows. I like this mystery.
Everyone's gonna keep the secret independently of everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm playing as nobody right now
Of course.
because my character has just been nuked by.
I think
I
being nuked is the most extreme form of, you know.
Yeah. I mean, all I can imagine is Korg at the end of Ragnarok. It's good. The foundations are still there. We can build on this. Oh no, never mind. It's gone.
Boom!
Oh, it's okay. We still got a corpse. We can eventually resurrect. No, corpse is gone.
I am atoms in the air, smoldering rubble, and generally not there anymore.
Don't worry, if there are any bits.
you could be a fire elemental.
If there are any bits left,
Could be.
there's a small chance that a particle of you is somewhere in there.
Nah. No
Unlikely.
particles.
I mean, it also depends on if the fire reached the ethereal plane as well.
Yeah, it might have.
Probably.
Who knows?
And that's
I
me.
am
I'm playing nobody.
Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM for today in this wild, chaotic tale through the minds of avarice. Let's see if the players' greed get the best of them.
Yes, it will.
As we return, so as I've described,
Mhm.
you are all coming to after this very sudden shock to the system. The blast of heat, the ringing in your ears, the scratchy ash at the back of your throat. The very humid. It is humid, right?
No,
very
it's
hu-
dry.
It'd be
It's very
dry,
dry.
the opposite.
Dry, yeah.
Yeah. What's the opposite of humid? It's just dry.
Dry.
It's dry.
The very
humid.
dry sensation
Sparse, I
across
guess,
your
maybe.
brow as every
Arid.
bit of
Arid, that's the
moisture
word.
in your skin is just dried out.
Absolutely disgusting. We hate it.
Like I said, there is an obscuring fog of just throw up from rubble and rock fragments and dust.
It's just a stationary
Oh, no.
pyroclastic flow, essentially.
But even
I think
through
I-
this, you can see the burning eye of Imix still lingering in the area. It looks like the heat is kind of dissipating through it, and obviously the cavern is now immensely hot and comfortably hot. But the eye hasn't fully dissipated, and it seems to look around with some form of semblance of sentience.
I wave at it. Hi!
Let's go around, check, and ask what everyone wants to do first before Alvina says hi to the eye of
Fire.
Fire.
Primordial.
Yep.
I
Okay, so we
can I-
got.
Can I
Yeah.
go first? I want to be a lie. What do you have for me there?
Oh, let me just
Can I go second? I will do
You
my best to
fresh out
remain
of that?
head.
All fresh out of
that.
alive.
Being
Yeah.
You know, actions have consequences, and the moral of this story is if you try to be a hero, you'll die. You should all just be awful people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you mean my entire vibe?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's literally my entire vibe.
Assassin's gonna die not from being a hero. They're gonna die from Alvina being a hero, and Assassin's just in the bag.
Or live
God damn it. Hero by association.
Yeah.
Boromir, as you regain your shooken senses, what would you like to do?
Oh, this is very bad for me. You've just said you've superheated this room. I'm the only one in fucking armor. Plaster to me.
Anyone want beef hot pot? Anyone?
I have doffed my armor and I'm now holding the gun with my only one arm, pointing it at this ogre, going, "Fuck!"
Standing on one leg.
What
On
the
one
fuck
leg.
happened?
To your
This-
relief, the ogre has kind of fallen back onto one knee and is now just kind of clutching at his head, kind of just looking around, choking on the chalk, and clearly is just as disoriented as you are. They are no longer in a hostile attacking mood right now. They are in a, oh shit, what the fuck just happened?
What the fuck just happened?
mood just now.
Yep. Because have you superheated the room? I have definitely had to doff my armor now.
Alvina
Okay, so
feels.
you're doffing your armor and then keeping an eye on this ogre. Fukyu.
Fuck you's just staring at the eye.
Fuck
Right,
you,
you said
standing
the eye.
next to
Are you
Alvina.
staring at anyone visible? Are you hiding from it?
Oh no, he's just standing in the open behind Alvina at the moment.
Fair enough.
And
Alright,
fuck you is very, very small right now.
Yeah,
Fukyu and
'cause-
Alvina looking in the eye.
Fuck you is a little bit small at the moment. Needs to be resized.
Oh yeah, that's
No, that's
spec.
just because they're small.
There we go.
Gwent.
You're a small boy.
Just move up behind Zormir and stab him with a healer pack, just so we get a bit of health.
Stab him with the healing knife.
Alright. Assassin.
You want one of the gel packs to cool him down.
Fire extinguisher.
Lou, what would you like to do for the first segment?
I'm gonna try and see if I can hide behind Susie.
Yeah, you do
She's
so.
up on the wall.
Mostly just for the general vibes. It doesn't have to be exactly an action, just what you're wanting to initially do. And you could obviously change this as the scenario changes. Assassin.
I want to be like looking for water, alcohol, like just anything I can just dunk myself in. You know,
Okay, so you're gonna be quickly and frantically searching for some way to hydrate.
pretty much. Yeah.
There are barrels of flint oil there.
I'm
That's
pretty much like
compound.
if anybody's standing nearby me, you just get this like distinct like feeling like you want squid rings, like calamari.
Oh no,
You
Alvina's
know,
You're lucky Alvina's distracted.
you know, there's just that little hint of calamari energy.
I love
So
calamari.
like frantically running around, like also probably yelling like hat 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 as they're running along like the really warm rock.
Mhm.
You know.
That's fair. And the point.
The point is just going to grip harder onto Susie's neck. Just going to bury his face in there.
Into the armored scales.
Yep.
Okay, so as you do so, to the south, the scene plays out slowly. The ogre just kind of slowly getting their bearing as you guys keep a watchful eye on them. But you can, with the kind of burning heat coming from the south off the eye, kind of illuminating through the blown away cavern walls. You can see the ogre kind of just leaning over and, oh, what the fuck is that thing? To the middle of the cavern, Alvina and Fuku, you stand watching Alvina. You're waving to the eyes. The eye very quickly snaps around and stares at you, and you can feel this burning intensity staring into your soul as you hear an echo in your mind, a voice that drips with magma, with a gruffness of 1,000 cigarettes smoked.
I'm
per
not losing
second.
this staring contest.
Let's actually do it public, just telepathy pushing out into the room so everyone hears this. For those with low wisdom, it feels like a burning poker has been poked into the center of your brain. With those with a little bit higher wisdom, you're able to kind of decompartmentalize the pain and kind of just push it to the peripherals of your mind as this voice booms out.
Hello.
Yes. Burn! Consume!
Yes, master.
Who calls me?
I am Alvina!
You bring destruction.
What the
I've been
fuck
told-
did they do?
I've been told that before.
What was your purpose in releasing my essence? Not seen since the days of war. You are not primordial.
I thought it'd be cool.
We wanted to see what would happen, and I'm okay with the result.
Oh god, they're being fucking idiots.
Yeah, what do you expect?
You think you have the right
Brent, could I
to
get
utilize my energy?
Yes.
Yes.
Brent, could you give me a lift to them? My arm is a little hot right now. I'll need to wait to cool off before I can put it back on.
Right. Come on. I'll get you to the corner.
You can see the rest of the slay or the now freed rebellion members frantically making way to the nearest exit, trying to
Zippy's
take
staying,
some
right?
cover.
Zippy's joining the party, isn't he?
You see Zippy still just watching, kind of just getting a tan, turning his body around in the blazing sky.
Now there are 3 of them.
Zippy's not felt this.
The remaining Noid survivors.
I've still got my whole vitality up.
The ones that didn't get
Health as
looped.
well.
Can I gesture the ogre
that,
to
TR?
come with us as well?
6 health points for Zippy. Keep him
Yeah.
alive.
Hey!
Ooh, well, I don't know what that was, but that felt grand.
You're cutting out a bit, Chris.
Yeah,
Where's that
you're peeking out and cutting out.
Interesting. The stream is also cutting in and out for me. I think that might be my internet connection.
Interesting.
It could just be your
Here, can
headset.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It literally just could be your headset though.
It was every so often you were just like cutting out of the audio, but you were like coming back.
Yeah,
immediately
it's mostly when your voice gets loud and high pitched.
Yeah.
Because I can hear,
Yeah, we're
I
not
can
all
hear some
dogs.
of your, yeah, I can hear some of your extra bits that everyone else can't hear, and it's only peaking and cutting out when you get too high pitched.
Well, apparently Zippy then is going to have a lower voice.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah,
just
unfortunately so.
Just give him a
I
slightly
just gotta
more
have less of
crazy
an old
voice.
minor voice.
Or just get a better mic.
Hey, this is a
Simply
good
just get a
mic.
better
I can
mic.
offer to this mic.
Get a
It's
better mic.
unreliable.
The mic is sufficient.
Barely.
Mm.
All right, back to the session.
Gesture to the ogre
No,
to
let's
follow.
spend the next 4 hours judging microphone quality. That's what we all want to do on a fucking Friday night.
I mean, some people do so.
That's
I could
Tuesday
be
for me,
having
so
a
you
life.
know.
An actual life.
You.
Disgusting.
What
I would
did you
never.
destroy with my energy, I wonder?
Ogres
Like
and
six.
a robot-looking guy.
6 Oni, a robot, like 3 ogres, couple of trolls, a significant portion of the mine's structure,
And some
I've
innocent
got-
people as well.
and some possibly
I've got
innocent
written-
people.
I've got written down 4 ogres actually. Also a cannon.
2 of them are dead, is the thing. Oh yeah, and a cannon. And a shot put.
So you use my very essence to destroy the weakest of my creations.
Oh, you made them!
Ah,
I made all giant kin.
Really? That's good to know, actually. Thank you.
Do you not know who you speak with?
Haven't the faintest idea.
Big eye.
We're not really
Maybe a
locals.
trace, an essence, a lingering presence of sentience upon the damage that you have inflicted. But even then, I have enough energy remaining to annihilate every single one of you. I bow and beg that I show mercy upon your weakling race.
I've been
Otto
told.
turns
I
to
feel-
the pub.
Could Assassin like pop out of just essentially a nearby barrel, which I'm assuming is probably filled with like pickles or something like that.
Some
Because
sandy
you know
from
water,
Sutton.
water wouldn't really survive, you know. But pops out and just goes,
Hey,
yeah,
yeah,
you know,
hot bath.
for your first contact with an unknowable and far more powerful entity than you all, you're really beefing it. Like step it up. Do more groveling, and then pops back into barrel. I don't want to die.
No, I like
You can hear vaguely from the barrel.
By the way, we have mushroom wine still, Assassin, that's in Alvina's bag. Do you want to be in that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so fuck you turns around to the rest of the party and goes, how is he talking? He's not got a mouth.
You don't need a mouth to do talking. Look, I can talk without looking at my mouth.
I mean, he's still got a mouth, but...
It's close, though.
Yeah, but
I
Also,
don't know, but what the fuck did you summon?
I don't know. Who are you again?
I am but the essence of the great Imix, consumer of all.
Oh shit!
we're gonna go-
yeah, you hear Assassin. You hear Assassin from Mushroom Wine going, "Oh fuck," like
We're-
really quietly.
We're gonna get
Father
on.
of flame.
Oh, wait a minute. Were you the guy that what was it? Someone's actually mentioned this to Alvina. Were you the guy that made red dragons?
One of my finest creations, yes.
I'm a big fan.
Then you do best to serve me respect, least I think you conspiring with my enemies.
Inspiring with
I'm
who?
giving him a big ass salute.
That's
Some
the
red
problem
dragon eggs.
with being the most powerful, the greatest, the most sophisticated, the creator of all, is that you have a lot of enemies, from outside and within the factions.
Oh,
I get that.
Oh yeah, I think
Assassin's
we know
going like,
that.
we know
"Don't
we're
mention
hated
I'm
by a lot of people here.
It's just,
Eh.
yeah, don't mention I'm here. I'm not here. Don't mention me. I'm not here. Like over and over again.
We have
I
pissed
mean-
off a few people.
We piss on a lot of people.
Do you know Big Toe?
I mean,
I have never heard of such a creature.
we can keep
He's
your
annoying.
friend.
You're not
We can
missing
keep
much.
your friend over there, and he can keep an eye on us if you really want.
Who?
That guy, the only one of you that you haven't killed, pointing at the ogre
Why did
over
you-
there.
I told you to kill that one.
I thought we were gonna keep him as a spy for the giants. We seem to be gathering spice so they can keep an eye on us now.
Yes, what an intelligent proposal. Keep an ogre as a spy, so that you may learn more about me and my kin. It'd be a shame if your ogre were to... As you just see a blast of energy shoot out towards the ogre as he disintegrates into ash.
Oh, I meant him keep an eye on us.
How'd you do
The
that?
other way around.
That was really cool.
Can you teach me how to do that?
Yeah, thank you for doing so. Thank you
Would
for.
you like to learn by demonstration?
No, thank you.
Well, you just
I
demonstrated it. I want to know how you did it.
Yeah.
But the best way to learn is to experience it firsthand. Do you,
just
volunteer?
did it. You just did it. I experienced it. I want to know how you did it.
I mean, I know.
Your constant questioning annoys me. Answer my question, or I will answer for you, peasant.
I answered your question with a question. So answer my question and I'll answer yours.
Very well. Well, your fate is sealed. As I need a dexterity saving throw from Fukyu.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Honestly, if
19,
fuck
not
you
bad.
is taken out
Probably
by
not
the
good
same
enough.
explosion creature that takes out the professor, I will find that gloriously ironic.
I'll have you know, I'm immortal.
This is gonna put that to the
Yes.
test. This is gonna be put that to the test.
I'm actually pulling up the DC for what.
I imagine it might actually be higher than 20. If any one of these
yeah.
DCs is gonna be higher than 20, it's
Ah.
this.
Of course, it's going to be
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
Would you like to do anything before I announce the results?
Sneak past them, maybe?
Oh, wait a minute. Does this count as? You ate one.
counts as a
You ate at least one of the
rage
dragon eggs,
attack.
didn't you?
I've eaten one of the dragon eggs at some point, yeah.
Okay, Alvina is going to try and catch the fire in one of the primordial fire containers.
Oh, that's a point. Can I use
She's going to like
sort of
shot put it
spear?
into the middle of it. She's going to like throw it out in the middle of the fire lance that I'm assuming is coming.
Yeah, I want to hold Sawdust's key in like towards it.
All right. Alvina, give me a. I am gonna say also Dex check since you're reacting to this. This will cost you a reaction to do.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And give me a Dex save.
Pure. I've
Yeah,
not
give me
got.
a dex
I've not
save.
got proficiency in dex saves, so it works either way. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be Dex.
Oh, actually, do I have advantage on this? I would have advantage actually because barbarian. I can definitely see it.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Natural 20.
Oh!
For a 23.
Capturing fire in
Alright.
the jar.
And fuck you. Give me either a Dex save or a sleight of hand check, your choice. I can see either apply.
Either my
To quick draw the key.
quick draw.
Slight of, right, yeah, my dex save is higher, so I'm going to use that. But not high enough.
Unfortunately, as you're a little bit too slow in the draw to pull out the key, and a little bit too slow in the draw to like move out of the way as well. But just before it hits you, you see just a flash of movement. And Alvina, describe to me how you catch this ray of fire.
She just like has the quick like eyes go really wide for a brief moment, reaches into her bag with one hand as she's diving to the side, and like full on there's a movie which does it. Basically, she just holds the jar in front of her and just grabs the fireball in the jar, and like combat rolls to the side with whatever it is into it.
As you do so, you hear a roar of frustration come up from Imix's eye. Impudent! You dare interfere in my sleigh? You will suffer next.
At
As I
this
need
point, fuck you's going to try fire sod off into Imix.
That's fair. Go ahead and give me a just give me like a Dex attack roll with proficiency, and Alvina, give me another Dex save.
Yeah.
As a bolt of fire comes towards you.
I'm just going to use my.
I'm definitely
dagger.
using that Destiny.
Yeah, I'm going to use my dagger because that's
Yep,
Dex and
sorry.
proficiency. Not 20.
9. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I'm taking this face first.
So unfortunately, Alvina's going to get hit before Sawdoff can get into the eye, but you launch that perfectly into the center of the eye.
Mhm.
But first, this is a deadly amount of damage for a tier 2 character.
Yeah.
As you take 67 fire damage.
I'm fine. Actually, surprisingly.
Still a lot.
That
As it just narrowly misses you and scorches across one side of your body. But while all that's happening, you watch as Sawdoff's key hits into the center of the eye and actually stabilizes there, kind of swirling on its own axis in the void of the eye itself. As you can see energy kind of being pulled into it, and see a little flame creature kind of rising from the key itself, the image of Sawdoff that you've come to know, as the creature is just consuming the fire around it. What? You dare consume the ligaments of my energy?
Yep,
Apparently.
your soul is mine.
And by the way, is the fire actually in the jar, by the
Hey.
way, as well?
The whole.
Oh,
the
and the
whole
first one,
soul
yes.
scheme
You wouldn't have time
is
to
my
try the
gimmick.
second one, and also you got hit for the second one.
I was
What's
only
it,
trying
James?
to do it once. I was combat roll.
Yes, you're messing with a very angry little goblin. He will fuck you up. I have
You
dealt with
say
him
to
for
a
years.
literal.
Well
you
done.
say to the
Piss him
literal
off.
incarnation, original god of fire. That
Your soul
that,
is mine.
Yeah, incredible. We love essentially little mortal energy.
This is the step of versus. No.
Before my essence vanishes, though, from this realm, know this, that what you see before you, the energy you consume, is but a fragment of my power. My true body and mind are elsewhere, ruling no doubt over their kingdom.
Oh,
Nah, you're dead.
wait. Is there any connection between you and them? Like,
No,
well-
but why does that matter?
You don't happen to know where any pieces of your hat are, do you?
What will happen to my hat?
We have a bit of your crown. It's kind of broken.
What?
Your crown apparently got shattered at some point. We're collecting the bits.
Impossible! You lie! How dare you, mortal?
I'm sorry to tell you, we're not lying.
As the last of the energy is consumed into the key or dispersed into the air.
You know, I didn't think that would work.
It worked great.
Why the? Who the fuck had that?
Oh, fuck you
I
gave
did.
it me.
Yeah, I found it.
The
was
key
great.
drops into the center of a smoldering crater of ash.
Yep, fuck you's gonna shimmy
Fuck
down.
you!
and
If you
go pick up
find
the-
anything else, please let us know.
Yeah, I'll be real follow him.
I found many things.
What did you?
They did let us know. We just used it.
Yeah.
In advance,
That was
please.
advance. I knew about it before I threw it. I didn't know what it was. But
Do you see any of the professor down there, by the way?
is this bit this bit
bit?
this bit might be the professor, and I hold up just a chunk of ash that I found.
Is his eye lens anywhere?
It's not.
I mean,
Everything has been destroyed.
Yeah.
It's going to be like the plane's black box recorder and like not be damaged.
All that's left of the professor is their little dragon that's
Yeah.
somewhere.
I know. Albina is
the-
very aware of that, but she's not bringing that up yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Attached to the cloak of Optimus Prime, or whatever the fuck you call it.
It's Void Prime.
Void Prime.
Void Minius Prime.
My mistake.
Exactly. As you retrieve the key, you can see it's still glowing hot. And as you approach it, it actually swirls a little bit of fire energy, as rising from it is a small fire elemental, larger than the tiny little wisp of a ember spirit previously. As I don't actually have a mini for him yet.
No.
You
No,
so
but,
slightly bigger fires. No. No bigger fires.
Shut off, you grown up.
He's so cute.
You
So,
evolved into Charmeleon.
Kinda.
He's just getting a blank mini slate for now until I can create him a custom fire one.
I'll do one in
Do one.
then see if Point can or Ali can make it into a token for me.
Well, is it
should be able
big? Here's the thing. Is it big enough for the Myrmidon armor yet?
Yes.
No, it's a small creature.
Okay.
Okay.
Thought it
I believe he needs to be medium for that.
More like Digimon.
However, you see a small fire elemental kind of taking on semblances of Imix themselves, of just this little pillar of fire, these kind of darker red areas of flame that symbolizes the kind of the facial features, the eye, a little bit of a mouth, as well as these kind of tornado-y arms and legs. You know what? I realize I'm just describing the fire tornado guy from WoW.
Yeah, you are.
Ragnarok.
Ragnaros, yeah. It's baby Rag.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hang on.
find Little Rag.
It is-
Where's
it is
Little
baby
Rag?
Rag.
Little Rag is an actual thing.
Yeah, Little Rag is actually a thing.
Yep.
I have him, I think.
So it's just baby
Ragnarok.
little mini Ragnaros without the armor.
Without the armor and without Sulfurus.
Yeah, because you've not gotten them for them yet.
We have to fight Sulfurus!
So yes, there you go. That without the armor and the hammer.
He's so cute!
Okay, so next question is: does anyone speak Primordial?
Nope.
Not yet.
You can hear little wisps of what appears to be some form of language.
Yes, I speak primordial.
Hey!
Just Gwent.
I speak, yeah, because I have all the ones so I can be a diplomat, you know?
What are they saying?
For those who
let me-
can hear and come closer, you
Let
can
me-
hear
let me
the kind of soft voice emanating from the flame, the little whisper of just, what? What do you want? Stop getting near me. Start off. Leave me alone. What do you want?
Sod off, you've grown up.
You've made
Yeah,
you made
what
life.
about it? What do you want?
This is your baby.
Yes,
This is your child now.
he always has been.
You gotta protect him.
I will do.
Do you want some
Good.
food? What do you like?
Life.
Oh, I like this one.
I do as
What'd
well.
he say? What'd he say?
Life. They want life. Give them like
Oh.
I'm like I want to look around and see if there's like any like plant life or anything like that. Is
You're
there
not
any
feeding
like
it any-
weird gross like plant like mushrooms growing in the side of the cave that they get singed by the nuke?
Ooh!
Not anymore, there isn't.
Wait,
What kind of life do you like?
wait a minute. I
Gonna
pull
dwarf.
out one of the chloroform tomato plants.
Comes
And,
over.
there.
You
Tries to
mean the
touch it.
non-poisonous ones?
No, they're
You
poisonous.
just see
It's a fire
the
elemental.
kind of like wilting. Doesn't burn. Don't like.
Does it
Sod
not?
off.
Oh, okay. So it needs to
I'm
be
gonna-
drier. We need something drier.
Like it's fresh.
I'd-
These are actually
There's
fresh.
some wood over there.
I'm gonna doff my armor back so I can move and go to the barrel that was over here and pick that up and say, okay, it wants fire, burnable stuff, and I'm gonna
You're-
bring over the burning bulb
You're in-
gunpowder barrel.
Don't do that.
You bring over the flint oil. You put it down next to it. A little flame creature comes up, immediately dives in.
Yeah,
Whole thing
Albina just
lights
Powder
up.
keg.
A little firework of flame shoots out the top. You just hear sawed off kind of cheering from inside.
Burn! Burn!
Okay, so
Immediately
there is a problem with
Backs
the with your child. They like
comment.
fire. They're very enthusiastic about their hobbies.
Yeah.
Nothing
nothing
but
wrong with that.
also their hobby is very dry. Can they get a different one?
No, he's my son.
It's,
Hmm.
it's fuck you's a kid. You gotta make sure you feed him every day.
I mean, hang on. You start digging through his bag.
How much do you have?
Oh,
Ooh! I've got an idea. Hey, Sodolf, do you want some of these? And I just pull out and I just grab into the spice pouch and pull out some red arcanite.
No.
Oh no!
What this?
hell?
What? Okay, what is it?
It's a
How do
spicy.
you deliver the spice?
I basically put
Yeah,
it on. Albina's not quite stupid enough to just give it to it immediately. She'll put it on the ground and take a few steps back.
Yeah, I feel like Assassin would be like, how do you feel about Arcanite? What that vibe give you? Have you heard of that?
Let me go try. As he just kind of just whooshes over it on top of it, and you can see just their form kind of shimmer and shake a little bit as suddenly, as if fireworks have gone off, little bolts of lightning and all kinds of strange energy effects just shoot out from them. And you kind of just hear him chanting.
I think he likes it.
Oh, I don't. Oh no, that's not a good laugh. No.
I can tell what that laugh is. I've had that laugh before. You know,
More.
it's kind of weird seeing it on this side.
Must burn more.
Nope.
Well, you guys are all doing that. The rest of the slaves are kind of forming around the back lines here towards the point, and Abigail, and Zippy, and Zormir, if that's where you still are, just kind of coming
No,
up.
move back there.
Is it over? What now? What? What's that?
The rebellion has conquered the mine. My
We
friends.
won!
Have you
Due
conquered the
to
rest of it?
no, we're going. We need to work on that part.
Oh, okay, so it's not over.
For forewarning, we have allied ourselves with some powerful Oni to help conquer the king.
They are against the king.
Yes,
It's,
so please don't freak out if you see a stone giant and two Oni.
I mean, yeah, it's no more unusual than everything else I've seen today. I'm not quite sure what I've seen today.
Alvina at work.
Hi! Alvina's got a big grin, half burnt, covered in ash, covered in blood that's probably dried at this point.
And Zippy, you tone down a little bit. I see the
keep it-
eagerness.
No, stay at that level. We're like it.
I don't want you to die.
I heard my voice.
I've got
Oh,
some.
this is Zippy's voice now.
I've got something for that. I take,
Zippy's too old for this.
I've got something for that, and I go into the spice pouch and I pull out some honey. Eat this, it'll help.
Okay. No, voice is still like this, but that does feel better, so thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Imagine everyone else just
I
backing the
will-
fuck away from Alvina.
Yeah.
Probably right.
The point is also backing the fuck away from Alvina.
Why?
But you can see it, the rest of the freed slaves now just kind of picking themselves up, bandaging up any cuts or wounds from the massive explosion that sent them all spiraling backwards, and beginning to kind of pick up their weapons and reform behind Abigail and the rest of the more sane members of the party.
Point. Do you know how you could maybe attach that cannon to one of our? Or do we have anything? Because
I've got something.
You seem
We
to
have
have a
two
little more
cars.
luck with that cannon than I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no
He
artillerist.
was the gunner on the ship. Of course, he's better with the cannon than you.
We've got cars. We also have Hydra.
Yeah, well, I've got something for it. And I just
Oh,
pull
yeah,
out one of the giant silver chains and just like pull it taut.
Oh, are you going to
You
attach
can
it
see
to
Drax
Susie
just
with
kind of-
that?
Shake a little bit.
So it's okay, Drax.
I really do hate those things, you know.
Yeah.
Reminds me of bad times. I really don't like my freedom being infringed upon. But also, did I mistakenly see you use the essence of Imex to explode a group of Oni?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems a bit radical, but it was effective, I'll give you that.
And then
Maybe
sort
a
of
bit-
ate his soul.
A waste of... Yes, no, I saw that too. That was also very quizzical.
I still
I'm
have
not
a
quite
bit.
sure what I just witnessed here
I still
today.
have a bit of it here. It's one of the dragon egg-sized jars full of flames.
But just, I more wanted to ask the, why do you have what is considered to be one of the most powerful weapons in the military arsenal of the primordial monarchy?
Found it. It was in a box.
Oh, you found it! You found one of the most powerful weapons of the primordial military in a
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that
It's
answers my
amazing what
question.
people leave lying about these days.
Yeah.
I mean, it was safe. It was in a box.
Yeah.
Strong money bags asking Spiral where he gets all his gems from. Back upstairs.
We missed a trick there. We could have got information out of him.
We did.
That's too late. You didn't do a counter offer.
We did plenty. We got lots of information that was very useful.
You see Abigail even just kind of shaking a little bit. You know, this party still manages to surprise me.
Even me.
It's only been 2 days since you left the camp.
It's been a great 2 days, though.
You don't
Yeah,
look
normally-
a day over 3 years.
Normally it's about the time where like the professor makes some comment about how they're better than us, and then goes and does something that's like 3 times worse. You gonna do that yet? He just like looks over, looks back, like looks around, just goes,
Speaking of which,
"Where'd they go?"
Yes, where are they?
They were being torn to pieces by the Oni that I threw the fireball at.
The point just points at the crater.
What? Like, I'd like to go over to the crater and look in it. Is there
You're
anything
fucking
left?
kidding!
There is 0 things left.
If it's any consolation, they were already dead.
Maybe a middle finger.
No! No, wait a minute. No. They have to come back right now. Because I don't get my secret.
Oh yeah, they did
I don't
promise you
get
a
my secret. No. The secret was when the professor comes back.
They outplayed you.
This is how the loophole works.
Yeah.
They outplayed
The
you.
fucker died just to outdo me and stranded me in the middle of this random cave because they decided to kidnap me, and they get to die, and now I just have to stay here and do all this fucking bullshit? No, absolutely not.
We all deal with grief in different ways, don't we?
Well, you're going to come along with us, aren't you?
Of course they are.
Well,
Because I don't think you've got much of a choice there, but... What the
Not
fuck,
waste of time.
Alvina?
But
What?
don't you think we should
I
assassin free now?
Yeah,
They were
that means I can go home.
They were already free.
Oh, no. You misunderstood me. When I said free, I meant free to the big goopy tentacle monster in the sky. Free.
Oh no, you're not telling me, buddy. I'm sorry, no. Either you bring the professor back so I get my secret, and then you can kill them again. Oh no, wait, I want to kill them this time. And then I can escape.
Also, I can't be blamed for the fireball this time. I was handed it, and I actually didn't know what was going to happen. I'm okay with it, but I didn't know what was going to happen.
I didn't know what was going to happen.
That
either.
makes it all better.
usually
I'm okay
if
with
you-
it, but I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Usually if
wait.
you have a body of something, you can bring it back. But
Yeah,
there's
but
not even a
also-
body there.
You all seem really cool about the fact you just nuked someone. Like, fair enough. Like, I get it. Like, me too.
We're
like,
still
if I
all
could
in
nuke
shock.
someone, I'd
I mean, it's
probably
not the
nuke
first
someone.
time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, unfortunately it isn't.
Wow,
you
you-
nuked 17 people. But...
You all really compartmentalize this really quick. Yeah, but like, we knew
Yes,
the professor.
had
They
to.
had a face, sort of.
So
I guess.
Look,
I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest here. I have seen so many of my family members, relatives, people I grew up with, horrifically die in fire all the time because they just jumped into it, okay? You get a bit jaded after a few
No wonder you're as
difference.
intelligent as you are.
Why
You
they
don't-
jump
you
into
don't-
fire?
Oh, it's
Wait,
just
there's a
a
difference-
thing back home. Don't worry about it.
There's a difference between choosing to jump into fire and being fire thrown at you.
They were already dead,
You
I
know?
told you.
Are you sure?
Yes. Their head was
Well,
in one of the Oni's hands. And their
Unfortunately,
limbs.
it does mean, as the killer of the professor, you inherit the professor's secret debt.
Oh,
And there is obviously, interest on that, so that's 3 secrets.
okay. So here's
Cool,
3
thank
Ooh,
you.
the rate
secrets.
of inflation these
Mhm,
days.
mhm. Yeah, I know inflation's terrible, but we gotta keep the secret economy stable.
First of all, if you put soy sauce on pork, Tastes 50 times better.
Oh, okay. Anyone know what pork is?
Wild
Made out of
boar.
pig.
It's wild boar.
Okay.
Mhm.
Doesn't count
Also-
as a second secret.
Second secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs do exist.
Yes.
They do.
I knew it. I had it. Everyone called me mad. I knew it all this time.
And I'm just gonna see if I actually have the cantrip. Yes, I do. I have a minor illusion, like a beagle, in my hand.
Beagle! Yes!
A handheld eagle.
Assassin makes like a squee noise, but because it's squid, it just sounds like terrifying.
You
You
know
know?
what?
Yeah.
It's that noise that Zoidberg constantly makes in Futurama, isn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm imagining like they're
secret.
excited, but you're not sure what's happening. You know? The energy is
Secret,
uncontrolled.
Alvina's dog is not a dog.
It is a dog!
All right. Well, this one then, and then changes it to a Doberman.
Still handheld
Hey.
size, or
Still handheld size, yeah.
Wait.
Here's the secret. I got flown back to my village as a kid by a red dragon.
Ooh.
Is
Is this why you're obsessed with dragons?
Maybe. It's at least one of the reasons.
And I see you caught some of that damn fire in that jar.
Yeah, it's
have
great.
more
Does
dragon
it,
eggs.
does it have an eye, by the way, staring around? Chris?
Sorry, say that again.
The Imix fire in the jar that I'm currently holding up. Does it actually have an eye looking around?
It does not. It's just a swirling vortex of fire.
Yep.
Is the crater like if I stood in the crater, could anyone see me?
It's probably quite deep.
Like is it a deep crater?
You're
A deep
kind of
enough
small,
crater?
so
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it's 3 feet deep.
Okay,
made
so that's
of
that's
obsidian?
pretty much my height.
If you
No, it's
crouch.
made of ash.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
In there.
you can
Yeah, I'm
camouflage
gonna-
yourself.
Well, if you dug through the ash, who knows what comes to the bottom of it? You cannot see any obsidian from where you're looking at it.
I'm gonna jump into the crater, and like put something into like I guess like the ash, like the loose ash, and then hop back out again.
All right, you do so.
I'm gonna message James about that.
Okay.
Okay. Good to know.
She's just written like "fuck you, you bastard" or something like that.
Aha, they are real.
Right, what would the party like to do?
By the way, could we have a nap? I feel kind of weird.
Yes, we should maybe organize.
Been a long day. We fought devil, we fought some Onis, we fought more Onis, we fought some ogres, we let
Killed
some
the
trolls
professor.
loose, killed the professor.
Alvina, as you're looking around, you actually see that Abigail hasn't moved from the spot near the crater, and she looks pale from the glance from the side of your eyes.
Go over and pat her, like, put a hand on her shoulder.
Gwen,
You
do
okay?
you maybe want to check on Abigail?
I'm doing it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, you okay?
They're actually dead.
Better them than us.
Unfortunately, yes. But
I hug her. Don't say
Oh,
anything
no,
else. I just hug her.
In the meantime,
Yeah, now you've broken her ribs.
It's a
Bucky's
nice
putting oil
hug.
flasks out of his bag of holding and throwing them to sod off.
Where do you bring out your bag holding?
Oil flask.
Ah, fair, okay. You seem kind of just dancing around, like flinging the oil up and trying to eat it, just causing little sparks of little tiny explosions as they go.
Brent, could you come with me and organize the people here so we can check that this place is secure and maybe take rest here?
I don't think we can take rest here.
Well,
What with a big
or,
boom and explosion, people will be coming.
or at
People will
least,
probably already be coming.
could you at least scout further in and see where they could come from? I'll try and organize these people. I don't think Abigail's quite in the up to that now.
Abigail probably on her knees, like, quite sad.
Praying.
Being hugged by Alvina from behind.
What was the professor saying? There was another way out? Was it
She
north?
actually doesn't. She looks pale and kind of in shock, but she doesn't look sad so much as just kind of facing mortality for the first time. She even kind of, eventually, after a couple seconds of your hug, she kind of pushes you away a little bit and kind of shakes herself out of it. She's still pale. No, Gwen's right. It's too late to turn back now. They'll have heard that for all through the cave system. There's no way they didn't. They'll be sending everything to investigate. There's no way they don't just assume that something bad is coming.
I mean, your dad probably heard that as well.
Possibly. You good then? And Alvina puts her arm out to help her, because she was on her knees, right? So help her do her feet.
No, she was just standing at the edge of the crater.
Okay. You good?
She kind of just gives a little short nod. We have to. There'll be more slaves inside the cavern. If we're gonna do this, we have to do this quick. And before they can, I don't know, start lining up slaves for fodder, or I don't know what they think, but we can't just let them be at risk.
Alvina, you're one of the fastest as well. We need to find these Oni as well, because we have to meet them somewhere here.
It was at the base of the tower. It was at the base of the tower, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Not in the mines.
And wasn't it past the mines?
Yeah, it was past the mine.
It was at the top of the mines. The mines are 3-layered, and apparently they're the central staircase into the mines where you can go up the levels.
That'll be where they're fortifying them. By the way, before I do go running off ahead, can I have some medical attention, please?
Yep, I was about.
Because about half of my body is severely burned right now. I've got a lot of bruises and maiming.
Have 28 health points.
Heck yeah, I'm at about half health now.
Yeah, let's give you another one. For another 15.
That is 43, right?
28. Yeah, 43. So that's all my second level spells gone now. I'm down to first level spells, a few rituals, and some other bits.
Yeah, that should do enough, essentially. I'm not quite at full health, but I'm pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 16 down instead of, like, 60 odd. So...
It's always good.
Yeah. It's still a bit blistered, a bit burnt, but it's like, right. Cracks her neck. So where do you want me to check?
You scout ahead and see if you can find if anyone's coming or anyone else from the slaves inside here. The slower of us will organize these people here, and we'll. Shall we move back out of here, or will we move further in, or?
Well,
I don't.
We need to find the staircase. Does anyone know where the staircase is?
Yeah, that might help. Tell me where the stairs
Just everyone points to the west, to the east.
Thank you.
That way.
Right.
Good point. Didn't the professor tell you about a different way?
Did they?
I'm sure they found some information down from,
Yeah, the professor spoke to the point, but did the rest of the party know?
No.
Can't get rid of the thing.
I don't know.
They might have talked to Gwent as well as the thing. I think they sent a message to Gwent as well.
The point. Not the thing.
That's the point. Relayed the information that the professor sent back to us by a message.
I relayed that he said we should go south.
South?
But that was because the Oni were coming.
Oh, okay. So anything else I
James,
need to know before I just run off?
James, do you remember everyone that you pinged messages to? last week?
Me?
Yeah.
I told the point they're coming from the west, which is further into the mine. Take the commoners and go round into the south, and then head up into the west.
So you didn't say anything about what you were discussing with the group that was with you.
They mentioned that to someone, but I don't remember who. It might have been Gwen.
I
found some survivors which are leading me to X place. I remember that was in a message. I just don't remember who you sent it to.
To be fair, that was in reference to the staircase, which is just through this.
That was to the staircase anyway. That's fine.
While you guys discuss, I'm gonna take 5 seconds there just to go get some more water.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna go
I'm just going out up here and grab these people.
Yep. Alvina's going to zoom off that way. Possibly bring back the unconscious, beaten, bloody orc. Before, So, I found this one pummeled to crap. So, they probably need some medical attention. Gwen, as I just shout that up towards you. And then I'll zoom off again. So I'll just basically have Albina is going that way, and whatever happens from there is up to elsewhere. But I don't remember which token was the orc that needed medical attention.
No.
Oh yeah, I also made one half-elf girl pass out by accident. She possibly could use a drink.
Probably. Sure. Or
yeah, the orc had a title, but I just don't know where it's gone. Essentially.
It was Ori.
Ori. Yeah, I don't see him on the map, so.
Might be under somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. They were unconscious over here-ish, so I know they were still alive and everything. I just don't know exactly.
Okay, so not nuked.
No, they would. I actually asked in the midweek, were they nuked?
Okay.
I specifically asked if that person was in the fire, and they said they weren't. So, they got the middle of the cage, like all the ones that were out on the rims are pretty much fine. Just really traumatized, possibly. Oh, by the way, Gwen, those whoever gave me those temporary hit points last session really paid off. They helped soften the blow from that fire blast.
Yeah.
Well, you spared the main fire blast. You walked into a second one, so I'm not sure they did help you. There was no learning there.
I technically caught the second one, saving fuck you. How much would have, like, 60-odd damage have done to you, by the way? Fuck you.
He would have still been up.
Okay, I wasn't actually sure what your hit points were. So.
No, he would have been.
Like
he would have been hurt. He would still be. He would still be double digits though.
Oh, that's not too bad then. Yeah, I had the 18 temporary hit points, and I was at like 80 something. So hilariously, I'm about the same hit points now after the healing that I was at before the fire blast.
Yeah. So I mean, fuck you's max HP is 84.
Ah, fair.
Because he's immortal.
Good con.
I mean, there's a reason that he thinks he is immortal. He is the sole survivor from his tribe.
And many other tribes he joined.
And any other tribe he happened to have joined. It's almost like he's the root problem.
I mean, maybe.
Some would say, yes.
Some would say, yes.
Someone say
I join a tribe dies, I move on, join a tribe.
Tribe
dies. I mean, I don't see what the common issue is.
I don't know.
They seem to die not long after I join them.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, you guys have lived longer than most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from Steve.
Steve's not dead.
He might be. It was a heroic sacrifice.
He was eaten by nothings.
Yeah.
I mean, the Nothics probably wouldn't have eaten them,
Well,
honestly.
there's also like a Chimera or another Hydra or something.
It was a chimera.
Oh well, that's probably more likely to have eaten them than the Nothics. Like people aren't really their vibe, you know.
For the audience, Lou Graham knows that he's very much alive.
He's
Yeah, I'm
mentioned it.
just debating whether to say to the party now.
You've mentioned it, I think,
Yeah.
haven't you?
No, I never.
Did you not? Okay.
I feel like
No,
as I said,
emotions were getting high at that point. People were arguing.
Yeah, I feel like Assassin right now is detailing, like, the Nothics probably would have dragged them back to one of the points, and they probably would have been tortured for any information they had. And then either kept as, like, a puppet or a slave, or turned into a Nothic. So, like, they're probably alive, but you probably would wish they're dead, you know?
Point.
I mean,
Where is? Wait. Point. You know where Steve is then? Where is he?
I mean,
Oh,
it's
no,
not
I know.
like fuck you.
Not that point. No,
has
sorry.
Boo.
way of finding out if Steve is still alive.
And yet refuses to.
Oh, he's convinced that he's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead in my heart, and that's all that counts.
So
He
I mean,
died
he's got-
heroically, as far as most
Yeah.
of us are concerned.
I mean, he has scrying, so he could see if he pops up on any maps. He has sending, which works into planar. So
The only thing would stop it is if the area that they're in has
is an
something that's
anti-magic.
which it might be, to be fair.
Mm.
Seeing as we're now talking about Steve being dead.
Alvina's bugging off, by the way. Like Alvina,
Oh, well, I can tell the rest of the party.
yeah, Alvina is actually. She should have. This is me like in
See,
the
this
time
is how
she
much
pops back.
Alvina cares for Steve.
No, she would have mentioned a few bits. Well, when she popped back, delivering the unconscious battered to fuck orc to the party. To do medical attention of, and any slaves that are cowering over here, she'd have directed them that way and said, "I'm not their kind of monster."
Lou says to the remaining members of the party, it's like, yeah, about Steve. Remember when we were at the cathedral the night before?
Check. I'm pretty sure we're still on pause screen though, right?
At the minute, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
kind
if
of.
we're doing like actual
Alright,
plot
I'll switch back,
relevance thing. We good to get going, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you were back, Chris. Alvina's delivered the orc that stabbed that guy to the party before like running off to do the scouting.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause I couldn't find his model, so I would have like highlighted it, but I don't know whether he is on the map. So, but I know he's over
he's in
here
there.
somewhere. So, so he'd be. Alvina would have put him like over here with the unconscious lady.
That's fair. You gather up the last of the slaves, and you can break off their chains as you kind of gather a couple of minutes. But you don't want to spend too long here, given that you've just exploded the entire cavern. But yes, you may continue. You were saying about Steve.
Yes, remember we were in the cathedral the night before the point raised the Piper?
Oh, last night then.
Yes.
Yes.
Yesterday.
I'm just getting the police.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's been like about a month for us. It was only yesterday for the party.
It was like 8. It's like 6 hours.
But President Control spoke to me last night. He claims that Steve is still alive.
He's lying. He's dead.
That's what I thought. He wanted to.
Wait, you speak to President Control?
He still tries to control me. I rebuke him.
Control you? Well, still try to control you? What do you mean?
He's persistent.
He's
Well,
I told him to fuck off.
What?
what?
Suddenly Alvina killing a shitload of people with a fireball is actually the second thing in everybody's minds.
It was a nuke, not a fireball.
I mean, it was a big fireball. It was a fireball.
So, your part warlock with a pact with control.
We knew that. We actively
You knew
knew
that.
that.
You already knew that.
Still rebuking him. Why? What? Why are you? Why is he still trying to get into your head?
I don't know. He claims
And
I'm
what-
one of
what does
the
he mean?
strongest knights he's met.
Oh, he's clearly not been Alvina yet.
No, I don't believe he has.
Achoo! You hear a very loud sneeze from the other side of the room.
I think she'll be more of a headache for a Presidente than
El
you are.
Presidente.
I believe he's lying about Steve, but he claims that Steve is still alive.
That's what a
How
liar
did
would
he-
say.
How did he find out about Steve? I mean, is the Nothics under his privy?
That's the only thing I can come up with.
Ah, he
That
likes
they're
to
his
control things.
spies.
Do you know, Gwent, if the Nothics are under his privy? Or is
At the moment, I'm
I
still
wouldn't want to
trying
be
to
under his
process.
privy.
We've got one guy who's speaking with President Control. We've got Assassin actively trying to destroy us many times. We've
Hey,
got
I done no
a
such
fire
thing. I
elemental.
just want to go home. You kidnapped me, remember? I just want to
No,
go
the
home.
professor kidnapped you.
Yeah, I was
We
gonna say,
kidnapped-
the Professor kidnapped you.
We liberated
Exactly.
you.
He kidnapped you first. We're kidnapping you now.
We're rescuing you
what?
from the professor.
Yeah.
And we got Drax in the corner.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in
Yeah.
this party who just wants to leave?
me?
That's
Yes,
probably what
I
it
do,
is,
but we need to
Yeah.
get the ship back.
I mean, do
A lot of-
we? I don't know.
We gotta
Would-
do a couple of things.
I just love the concept, by the way, that Alvina left Assassin in a barrel of booze just on the floor, and they're just like hot tubbing in it.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like floating about, just quite happy.
Yeah.
If we want,
Also, just Assassin. Also, like listening to y'all talk about the Nothics
I know,
and
I
being
was
like,
thinking that.
yeah, and just being like, should I tell them? Nah, I'm gonna leave it.
I was
I don't
noticing
know.
that it's like, do you know? Do you know it's like the person that borderline looks like a Nothic and is definitely knowledgeably from the faction of them? Do you know isn't coming up once?
no, but I know that it's going to cost us if I ask Assassin.
You'll get the right answer though.
No,
maybe.
Drags.
It'll cost a fast
It costs us.
Assassin as well.
It'll cost you more if you ask.
Assassin will bargain for something.
Assassin has a lower buying price for this information, I
yeah.
think, than Drax.
Assassin just wants secrets.
Yeah, but they've got to be juicy secrets.
One of the
To get the good
secrets,
stuff.
one of the secrets that they asked that was a good secret for them was part of Alvina's ramen recipe. Okay, not even the full recipe, just a bit of it.
Yeah, I like knowledge that no one else has.
Yeah,
If I had more
It's a
time to
secret
ponder what the hell is going on here and figure out what's wrong and everything in between, then I would. But unfortunately, as you can see, we're pressed for time as
Oh,
usual.
Jesus.
And
they're following me.
this is the kind of pressure I have to work under all the time.
I think there has to be a conversation about this later, though. Yes? We agree on this?
Yes, definitely. I agree.
I don't know.
I'm happy to have said conversation if we all survive to have it.
It kind of just sounds like you're trying to like stir up drama, Gwen. Like I don't see a big deal about all of this. I feel like you know you just stirring up trouble.
Problem really sees itself.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Not
do
easy
this
being
as
the
a
responsible
prep
one, is it,
one
Gwen?
because this was what the plan was. Just to throw it out there, she was being stealthy. Just was.
Don't worry, I was going to ask you in a second.
Yeah, I thought that was probably coming. It's like she was intending to be sneaky as she was running this way anyway. So.
While the rest of your party talk back at back in the main chamber, you advance ahead.
Yep.
Let me just double check passives here. It's all fine. Are able to kind of it's a short journey. Maybe only 10 minutes down this kind of larger cavern into the next room. definitely short enough that whoever is, if anyone is in the next cavern, 100% heard that explosion.
Yeah.
How far
And
away?
as you
I'd
can
be
have-
very surprised if they didn't.
As you stealth
Even
in, you
feel
stick
it.
to the walls, and you're able to kind of glance in without kind of fully revealing yourself to the point where you're minimizing that only anyone with incredible passive would be able to see you. And inside, you see what looks to be a rising series of cliffs on a central pillar, rising up into the cavern ceiling and vanishing from sight, as well as a this large wooden mechanical device on the ground in front of you with a ogre standing on it at the controls, kind of just peering in your direction, somehow completely missing you and just waiting.
Wood elf.
Clearly waiting for someone to come down that corridor. That's a little bit more obvious. As well as with your passive, which remind me how high your passive is.
15 doesn't take any negatives from low light and has 1 mile cone of vision.
Okay, the low light is more important, and 15 with no disadvantages will be sufficient. You're able to kind of, you also see this ogre to the north here as well, kind of on the rails. He is on what looks to be a ramp that is running up the central pillar.
Oh.
And we'll get to the walls in a second as they represent each of the tiers.
Okay.
You see 3 ogres 30 feet up the pillar on one of the tiered ledges, peering over with what looks to be large, effectively giant hand catapults fit for a giant. And they are all lined up, nuked with these massive arrows pointing, or massive bolts pointing down at the entrance that you have managed to stealth at the opening off.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you not see the only brute beyond, just because he's a little bit higher out of sight.
Okay.
Each of these wall segments represents a 30-foot climb to the next terrace.
Okay.
To the point where there is, and from your perspective, one rising 30, another rising up 60, and then it goes into the ceiling, which is about 80 to 90 feet high.
Okay.
You also cut sight of a number of huddled slaves towards the south, all of them kind of clutching. Would they have given? I don't think they would have been too preoccupied to take away their weapons. So kind of just clutching like axes and huddled together. You see a couple of them with what looks to be these strange or kind of neon-colored tubes on little sticks that give you the resemblance of firework sticks.
Oh, okay.
As well as you catch a sight of a large stone gargoyle situated on a little tiny ledge about 60 feet up on the wall, kind of just overlooking the area from the south and the north, and a tent propped up to the north over here.
Okay.
But it looks like clearly whoever is in here is preparing to shoot whatever the hell comes down that corridor first.
Okay. I have some ideas then. Yeah, she's gonna full on scan the room essentially while staying hidden. So, do I have anything that would be interesting for this?
Do you have a troll head?
I have 3 more actually.
I was going to say you should have 3 more.
We have 3 more.
Yeah, I've definitely
Yeah.
brought them with her personally this time.
Zormir didn't want to use the other 3 last week.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, chucking one of the troll bombs into them.
I'm debating that. I can hear the laughter in the background.
What are those slaves doing?
These are the ones who are just kind of huddled with either pickaxes, kind of just standing there frighteningly, or the ones closer to this bin down here are the ones with the firework sticks.
Does any of the slaves look like they've caught sight of me?
Good question. James, what's your passive?
Below 22.
Nope. They all look terrified and unaware of what is happening in the other room, other than the giant explosions, and apparently the ogres are on edge.
Okay,
As far as they-
And these guys are still going to a rave.
I do like, by the way, the concept of terrified. It's like they could have seen me still.
May I roll an active perception though?
Yeah, go for it. Just because you know something's coming down this avenue, or at least suspect so, given how the ogres are acting.
It's not a bad show.
Okay.
Everyone is kind of actively searching this area.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Who knows what's got the ogres so up in arms?
I mean,
Hopefully it's
probably
not
the
like a dragon
explosion.
invasion.
Yeah, it was probably the explosion, but it could have just been a cannon
Misfire.
misfiring.
Could have been
yeah.
one of the worms.
Actually, they
Cannon
could have been one of the
miss-
worms.
Mm.
That's
Cannon.
very fair.
A cannon misfire.
I mean, it was kind of
That's
misfire.
one hell of a cannon misfire.
One hell of a cannon misfire.
Yeah,
Imagine if we loaded that into a cannon.
Alvina's arm is already good enough. It basically is a cannon.
Mhm.
Yeah, Alvina's gonna look up to where those 3 OD are. Does Alvina think she could make that shot? Like, is it feasible?
Oh, yeah,
30
yeah.
feet
Vena's got the
up,
strength.
70 away, adding a slight angle to it. You're probably looking at what, 90 to 100 feet. It's reasonable. It'd be a high, but if you're just throwing something, weapon-wise, it's whatever your actual range on the weapon is. Throwing-wise, I'm gonna give a cap of like 120, so possible to anything that's a little aerodynamic. Anything that's solid or has any sort of air resistance, I'm gonna cap at 50, or cap at 60.
The, what is it for, jar of troll heads? How aerodynamic are they?
Not
Yeah,
particularly,
problems.
unfortunately. I'm gonna cap that at 60, just because
That's
it's
very
got a
fair.
lot of surface area.
That's how I was assuming it'd be close to that, so yeah.
So you'd only get at the base.
And get to the
It could be
base.
in front of them.
I mean, as long as
No,
it's
'cause
near
it's
them.
30.
Yeah, but remember, they're 30 feet up on a ledge.
Oh, actually,
Okay, right, yeah.
They're looking down, and the troll most likely, while he'll go for this other ogre, the ogre's probably just gonna throw it into the slaves.
this area, does it count as obscured by natural phenomena?
To find this area.
The alt zone, basically, because I have Mask of the Wild as a wood elf, which means that I can attempt to hide basically in plain sight, provided there is even a vague amount of something natural that could obscure my line of sight to me.
Given the kind of the raw nature of that, I'm gonna say no, because
Okay.
there isn't any sort of foliage or anything you could actually hide behind. This is an open area.
Yeah, that's what I was
The
basically
only thing
checking.
you'd be able to hide behind is the natural wall.
Oh,
of the
you
wall
can't
center.
predator it?
Unfortunately, no.
Not in this.
Cover yourself in mud.
No, it'd be like if the dust storm was kicking up, then I'd be able to hide in it essentially, but it's not.
Yeah, unfortunately,
No, no.
that hasn't made it all the way through here. Even if there was like tiny little pillars or something you could quickly move between, it would be fine. Or even if there was like a little bit more darkness potentially, but
Yeah.
um,
Totally
they've also
fair.
kind of positioned the lantern so it's kind of directly shining into this area.
Yeah, I thought probably. So yeah, Alvina is then probably going to just back off, but she's going to put a mark about. Is there any corners for this tunnel that's going down?
It kind of has a little bit of a crooked kind of triangular shape to it, so there would be a little bit of a corner halfway in.
Yeah,
I've got a
Alvina
plan.
would basically put a mark around the corner, on like the near side of the corner to make sure it's like, this is the last corner before dead line of sight, essentially. She just put something like a mark in the ground.
I've got a plan.
Okay. Yeah, Alvina will start running back to the party, essentially.
If
Fuck you as a cunning plan.
yes, if you tell us what you saw when you come back,
She will.
I can do a thing.
Alvina is going to tell everything that she can remember from the
Okay, so we'd be going straight into a bunch of things. So, anyone got a plan?
Yep.
No more orbs.
No more orbs.
Good.
But
What's the
trolls.
plan?
I
We have
do
trolls.
think I do. If I could get a shot, get a little bit closer, I can definitely get it.
I can get you closer.
Nice. I also have another plan. They're set up aiming at the first thing that comes down that corridor, right?
I can make
Yes.
it so they don't see
Pretty sure they have
you.
the ability of reloading.
Oh yeah, but at least the one shot will be done. Hey, Point. You still got those cards, right?
The
Oh,
point,
your deck of
point emerges
illusions.
from around the corner where he was taking out. Yeah, I do.
If I can get up there unseen into that kind of
Yep.
area, I could put a couple of the cards down and give them something to shoot at for a little bit, which would definitely give us a couple of seconds at least, and that's possibly all we need.
Depends on if it takes an action to activate the cards.
It does.
Ah, fair. Can we do 2
Because-
people up there, get up there and see?
Well, actually, the spell ends if for a target that attacks or casts a spell. It's technically not casting a spell.
it's a use item.
Yes.
Action.
Yeah, it's drawing a card and putting it on the floor.
Yeah. So that would work.
Yeah, it's give them a target so they think that something, whatever the heck it is coming through. As I can just get a shot with the trolls. It's always just getting us a bit of time and hopefully wasting a little bit so we can sow
Yeah.
just some chaos essentially.
In that case, you hear fuck you plucking at their loot, and you are now invisible.
Hell yeah. Stealth Alvina. Every single slave breathes a sigh of relief. Or terror! One
Oh,
of the
there's
two.
nothing coming.
Any that
I mean-
saw you go invisible.
Terror!
Right now, it's more
Or
terror.
even more scared,
Yeah.
because they can still hear you, but they can't see you.
They just hear bare feet padding around.
Just
Avina,
You
put out your
know the-
hand.
Like boots of Elven.
I have feet of elvenkind, not boots of elvenkind.
I give you some guidance.
Thank you.
does it take you less than a minute to run back
Yeah,
up?
I'll give you.
No, it'll be a few minutes.
Well, I'll come up most of the way with you then.
I say I put a mark
Indeed.
where it's the last corner. We've got a good ways before the actual last line. I can probably get there in under a minute.
That's fine. I mean, invisibility that lasts for an hour.
Exactly.
So-
I'm fine. I know the invisibility will definitely work.
I mean, fuck you will come up with you as well,
Yeah.
because chaos.
You want to see what happens?
Yes. The point will hand. Well, the point will hold out the deck of illusions because
It's not an
Alvina
achievement,
went.
right?
Is that Alvina went? No. Alvina went invisible before he handed them over.
Yeah.
Like,
She'd
and
have
just-
tapped you on the shoulder.
Yeah, just says Theta. Only use 1 or 2 of these. I only have so many.
Plan to use 2, and I'll get you them back because I imagine we're not going to sneak past them. We're probably going to go through them, so we'll get the chance.
Abigail, can you organize these people and keep them at the back?
The point just says they don't whatever.
And fuck you is going to turn to Sod off and say, "Do you want to get back in the key, or do you want to just come with us?" Assassin, what's he saying?
Translate.
Translation. You need to get closer, buddy. You're really small voice. Tell me what you're saying.
I want to watch their eyes burn.
Yeah, they're in. They seem really excited.
Cool.
Okay, I mean, stay here for the minute because you're made of fire. You'll light up the cave. Yeah. You'll know when everything kicks off.
They say yes.
Cool. Okay. And with everyone going down to that turn, essentially, Alvina will brace for full-on front running, I guess. And she will place down here. And a little bit next to it, 2 of the cards. Basically, she'll do bam, and then a couple of seconds later when she gets the action back, just a bam of a little bit lower, so it just splits their line of fire, essentially.
All right, draw me that first card. What do they see?
Okay, first card is the Joker, which is the point.
No, wait! It's Alvina!
No, it's the card's owner, so it's either the point of Alvina, whichever is more funny.
Yeah, Alvina's actually terrifying, because she's still covered in, like, blood and ash and things.
I'll leave it to the player's discretion.
I think Alvina would be funnier. She'd be very confused as well.
Yeah, just make it Alvina.
Alvina will be confused. She'll take out, what the fuck? Okay.
And the other one is the 10 of clubs, which is...
Please be a dragon or
10 of
something.
clubs. A hill giant!
Yes!
Ooh,
A
nice.
giant!
As you place the first card down and Alvina appears, you're forced to kind of push yourself backwards as suddenly you hear a wave of cries from the ogres rise into the air, and suddenly the pinging of wire as wishing through the air, a number of bolts smack into the ground through the illusion Alvina.
Does it move, or does it just stand there? The illusion.
It can move within 30 feet of the card.
It's just gonna start roaring and look like it's throwing random stuff out of the bag, essentially. Even if it's going completely wild or just disappearing, like the other stuff.
Yes, you need to use an action to command it, unfortunately.
Ah, really? Ah.
But so it will stay on the spot and act accordingly on its own, but you can only move it by using an action.
Well, it'd be lots like pitching.
Doesn't make you visible. You only become visible if you attack or cast a spell.
I know, that's the point.
Okay. No, he's a dwarf.
It's not Alvina doing it.
Yeah, we did have this discussion, James.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where he's like,
To the slaves and anyone else in the slaves to the south, you hear and kind of watch the bolts fly down from the ledge and smack into what looks to be the most terrifying image of a Noid you think you've ever seen. You've seen grime and soot and sweat and just general dirtiness. That is not a foreign concept working in the mines, but this entity has a primal just essence about them that looks absolutely bewildering to see. It's as if some entity from the nature domain has come down to invade this, and to the point where the more kind of, I guess, worldly knowledge of the slaves, who are at least aware of the factions, might actually gender this. This could be an attack by the Banshee faction.
yes! More of just Alvina being the Banshee of Death.
Even more
Yeah, I was going to say,
bewilderingly,
could that be advantageous to us if they think Alvina's the Banshee of Death?
who knows? More potentially bewildering is the fact that a hill giant suddenly appears a couple seconds later as the ogre on this strange wooden contraption kind of looks around and yelps, and in surprise accidentally stumbles and their elbow smacks into the counter or the table, the dashboard of this creation, and the long wooden arm with this little circular wheel on it suddenly springs out in an arc and smashes into the ogre. Unfortunately, Alvina, you are in the path of this arm, having just placed down the card. So I am going to need a deck save as it swirls around in a radius.
I'll put where I am at the moment. Deck save with advantage, because I can see it.
As it comes hurtling towards you.
God damn, I'm rolling bad. Actually, I get +4 for that at least, right?
I don't know, do you get +4 for it?
For the
Your
guidance.
D4, yeah.
Yeah, there's a chance. It might not be quite as bad.
Take you at 15 at most.
And minimum of 12. Oh,
13 is not the worst.
Luckily, 13 was the DC.
Yay! Thanks, bud.
You're able to just jump backwards once more This is becoming a little bit more precarious than you quite anticipate at first, as the arm swings around and through the illusion, only going 90 degrees, it kind of smashes into the corner of this wall and bounces back as the ogre is kind of startled of, kind of tilts his head, staring at the illusion, having watched the wheel wish through it. At this point, you can see all the claves kind of now kind of stumbling backwards, not quite sure what they're doing. They're forming into a tighter huddle. As a second, you can hear the reloads firing as a second wave of bolts shoots down into the illusion, and then you hear a voice echo out. Now, do you understand Giant?
Nope.
I do not believe so. You hear a voice echo out in Giant, which I believe, James, your character does.
Yeah.
We'll get to your character in a second. I'm just gonna say what this voice is saying, and then you guys can take it away from there afterwards. As kind of standing and appearing 60 foot up on another cliff, kind of into more visible range, that Alvina can now kind of catch a glance of the red skin with the black and gold tattoos in their armor. You fools! It's trickery. Clear the illusions from the Banshee's Cove. Keep an ear out for celestial singing, and destroy anyone who looks like they can heal.
Gwen's not gonna enjoy this fight.
But that, we return
Hasn't
back to
heard this.
Well, Gwen doesn't speak giant, so maybe.
If Alvina's got her turn again.
Yep.
Okay. Alvina basically run quite close now because she knows that there's even further distance. Would this be about 60 feet from the Oni? Even if it's straight up, essentially.
There's about a 10-foot kind of ledge, so it would be just out of 60. It'd be about 70 just because of the extra 10 foot, even if he's at the top of his. There's that 10 foot of the first layer that kind of gives him a bit more leeway.
Is it still... would I be 60 feet from, like, the place next to him? Or is it, like, the whole thing is just the ledge? So I can't get on any... I can't, like, pitch a thing to land, like, next to him.
I would say it's possible, but it would be at the edge of the DC. It would be incredibly high.
Yeah.
Especially because you are lobbing it upwards.
Yeah.
And granted, the fact there's a slight arc might actually help you, but...
Yeah.
I don't see the footprints go past, do I, or hear...
She's actually barefoot and not really wearing any armor, so maybe not.
I'm gonna go with some dodge because he got a high passive previously.
Yeah. Alright.
I've actually got another 20 feet. Can I just, like, make a leap for 20 odd feet in the air and then pitch it?
You want to jump straight up 20 feet in the air?
I've got a strength score for it.
I have a 10-foot running score, yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, they actually they can just flat jump, what is it, half of your strength with a run-up?
Yeah, which is 20, so I can get... Actually, I can get within 60 with that. I can get it to be just the edge of the normal range. If it's the... Because I've got a 20-foot run. I got a 20-foot run left.
I will allow it.
You're going to try and space jam this, aren't you?
You easily managed to make the leap with just your base default strength score, pumping you up that 10 feet extra as you leap into the air. Go ahead and give me either athletics or a attack roll, your choice.
They're both the same. So... Because this isn't a magic weapon. 17 to land, like, the thing next to it, essentially.
Given how high up it was a difficult shot, given how anti-aerodynamic this thing was. Unfortunately, it kind of hits against the edge, but doesn't have just enough to go over into, effectively, the hoop. And kind of slides backwards and smashes down into the group of ogres instead.
Okay.
Oh, still pretty good then.
Yeah, it's the other one. I've got
Yeah.
my other attack for the other one. Because I've got 2 of them in hands at the moment. So I'm going to try for the second one, the same shot.
Alright, go for it.
Come on, Alvina. 26!
Hey.
Did I? 26. As it goes, you kind of correct a little bit for the first attack as it goes hurling into the air to a point where it even goes above and arcs down, as you can see, or I can say you can just about see as you're looking up the kind of ogre brute, kind of just having just kind of looked down at the troll head that had just hit the cliff edge a second ago, and then he kind of watches as this another glass container passes by them. They glance up as it comes down and smashes into the ground next to them.
It was pitched into their face there.
Tiny and nat 20 for that.
That would have been fun.
I'm fine with it being just close. That was what she was aiming for. If it would have been luck if she actually hit the guy.
No, yeah. But the fact that they're going to be the closest creatures.
That was the point. That was the point.
No, the point's behind you.
Here we are. Let's look for the troll instead.
Albina with her.
It's a tiny troll. Oh, there we go. He's grown up now.
It's regenerating. It's regenerating.
So I'm saying he's grown up now.
Yeah.
It's Lamar.
Two trolls begin generating out, and we'll deal with them later because unless you guys get directly involved in the battle, I'm gonna eventually montage it. But you can hear the trolls beginning to form, and the ogres turning their attention back. Now there's only this single ogre down on the wooden platform beneath you. What would you like to do to the slaves just to the south of you? They've just seen these glass canisters kind of reappear mid-air, catching sight of those who have a bit more perception as they smash down out of sight and are now equally confused as to what the hell is going on. But they are also going to start backing up even further now, given that something's happened nearby them.
As they are basically being distracted, are all the ogres like looking up there? Like, is this one going for up that way? Or are they just too stunned? Because that's what Alvin is basically going to check to see what the other two react.
Fortunately, he's not quite paid attention, and he's actually gotten down and is poking at the hill giant. And just kind of swishing his hand through the air, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And similarly, this other ogre is kind of just picking up carts and just like throwing them at the illusion Alvina and being really stunned as to what's happening. It'll be a couple seconds while the ogre, these trolls regenerate and actually start attacking before screams draw their attention.
Yeah. Oh, someone disconnected.
That'll be Kaylee.
Okay.
Can I see the slave master ogre poking through an illusion as the big Earth Genasi sort of motions for fellow slaves to get behind him?
Ooh, that's Genasi.
Yes, you can.
My eyes narrow.
You two would probably... There is a good amount of evidence to suggest that this might legitimately be an attack by the Grove. Or the Radiant faction, especially since while they are more known to have nature-based spells, Banshee's Grove, by their just relationship with the Radiant Empire, does have access to trickery clerics. This could legitimately be a joint effort by the Banshee's Grove and a trickery faction to launch an attack on the Oni. You do know they've been wanting to get a foothold inside the Titan Guts. They are only if you can get a foothold in Titan Guts, and taking over the Oni base, which is loosely aligned with the Primordials, would be a benefit to them.
That is fair. I grip my pickaxe tighter, and I'm going to defend my fellow slaves.
Alright, fair.
If I may, I also, it would be in. You said it was. These were the Banshee Grove. What language did they speak?
The Banshee's Grove is predominantly populated by the Nature Domain, which is essentially ruled over by Rara now. They would use a mix of Elvish or High Sylvan.
Oh god.
Sylvan.
I was about to say.
Sylvan, particularly for like ceremonial purposes or kind of religious ceremonies.
Alvina actually does speak Elven. She actually does speak Elven.
I'm gonna listen out for any hint of Elven or I don't speak Elven. I do speak Sylvan.
That's fine. You know enough to at least recognize the language, even if you can't understand it.
Alvina will be currently just essentially
Using her diplomacy skills.
no. She's not suplexing anyone yet. She'd be kind
Yeah, I
of just
mean,
keeping her head
she knows
down.
the language, she can speak.
Yeah, she'd be keeping her head down while waiting for the screams to draw the other two ogres off, essentially.
It's like, can I
Because she
go
actually has a
over
plan
there?
otherwise.
Have a look-see at the smashing? I see down.
They're up, aren't they?
Give me 1 second.
I thought that was a pit.
No, it's
No,
a spiral staircase going
It's
up.
levels, they're 30 feet up.
Sloping up the way.
If it was down, Alvina would have made the shots no issue whatsoever.
Essentially all sloping up
That'd
the
be
way.
a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like she made with the head of the were-rats.
Yeah.
Dunk! Boom! Kobe!
You know, I thought that was a quarry being dug, as mines generally dig down.
You're on the bottom level, is the thing.
Mm.
To be honest, I did think that at first as well.
So
Now,
this
I
is
remember them
interesting.
saying that we're on the bottom level of the mines and we're aiming for the staircase going up. That's the reason I know it was like proper pillar.
Yeah.
2 illusions.
One of which
Wow,
is
to do it.
homicidal monster elf thing.
2 glass smashes. One of them definitely looks elven. Is probably
Yeah, you say one of
Yeah.
them looks elven. More elven than anything else, probably. Elven by default, because otherwise.
I mean, prepare to be attacked if you show yourself, is all I'll say.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll snap your pickaxe with one hand and go, what are you doing, you idiot?
I thought you were going to say you snap their pickaxe with your teeth.
No, I'm not quite
Oh.
doing that.
I would not
Use
have
it
my
for toothpicks.
shield. I would not have my shield right now, would I?
Probably not.
So
No.
I'll take that off.
I've got a feeling they wouldn't let you have a shield in a mine.
Alright, I'm back. Where were we?
I wouldn't have
Alvina's-
my sword or shield, Chris, would I? I'd just have the pickaxe.
That is correct.
Alvina's
Well,
keeping
I
her
won't.
head down for at least the round to wait for the 2 ogres to start going up and hopefully going to assist.
The pickaxe.
God damn it. Hey, that's
Okay. Hey, you don't know what these are for yet.
I was assuming it was just whether the 2 ogres actually do anything we want them to do.
No, Steve, the only brute could actually grapple and throw the troll off the ledge.
Ooh.
Fortunately, he's not quite able to yet. As there appears to be a scuffle, and you can hear cries and wails of surprise and agony as fighting starts on the upper ledges, drawing the attention of the other ogres as they draw back, and they're pretty disregarding of the slaves, given that they've never actually had a rebellion. Any rebellion they've had is kind of smaller ones, and they've crushed them. So yeah, they're gonna ignore the slaves. Those are their last of their problems right now. And let's have the ogres kind of run to help out. Yeah, so they'll start running up the ramps.
Cool.
After them now. What instructions did you give to the rest of the party back in the other cabin?
Keep an ear out, I'll yell, basically, will be it. And she hasn't yelled yet.
Okay.
I think Gwynton.
Wait for the signal, you'll know what it is.
Yeah, anyone who wanted to come down is at the curve mark, which I think you said was like 60 feet down the corridor, essentially.
It's about half. It's about 10 minutes, so probably about, what, like 300, 500 feet. Probably get a mark about maybe the 400 mark, so 100 from where you are.
Okay.
Just because it's at an angle, so the line of sight will cut off a little bit more, or sooner than that.
Yeah. So Alvina is going to creep this way, and right in the dirt, quiet, walk that way and point an arrow at the thing. In common, this would be. Probably spelt horrifically as well.
Walk this way.
walk this way.
Pretty much.
Now, given this is
You're still
just
invisible, right?
Yep.
Right.
Would I be able to get to there, Chris? As soon as I see the words beginning. Just sort of casually. Half my movement speed.
Yeah.
She keep it.
No, he's stopping you.
She'd be staring at you as you're walking close. You wouldn't be able to see, but she'd be looking at you as she's still writing. It doesn't improve or change the handwriting in any way.
As I look down at the writing in common,
Yeah.
I say, "Your writing, your spelling is not very good, is it?"
There'll be just a pause, and slightly up and next to it, there'll just be an F and a U written down.
And then the Earth Genasi looks directly at you. Directly at you, still invisible.
Yep.
Ooh, spicy.
Why does that illusion look like you? And who are you?
TLKLTR. Move. MV.
No. I've been here too long to let you balls this up for me now. Who do you obey?
I just look baffled
And-
by the question.
And I do. So there's a very subtle, down by their side, a series of hand gestures.
Do you want
Which-
to notice?
Yeah.
She'd notice you doing it, but she'd just
You'd
think
notice.
that your ham's weird.
I mean,
So
how
never-
intelligent are you?
Not
7.
very.
Ah, yeah, you could roll an intelligence check to see if you recognize the hand gestures.
She has not paid any attention to anybody doing them.
If you're trying to subtly tell Alvina you're part of the resistance, ain't gonna work.
You have to tell her.
Alvina doesn't do
More
so.
importantly, like, I don't know, man. If this just seems very much up the avenue of the tricky domain of the Radiant Empire. And if they want you to move, it's probably because they're also trying to steal the slaves for their own purpose. Now, not necessarily maybe a bad thing, depending on... Well, you're unlikely to also then fight the Radiant army coming through. So you might just be trading in one master or the other, but it might guarantee safety at least.
And not in the middle of a
To-
battle, which you might think.
to go
Thing to measure.
to go this way.
It is an arrow just pointing towards the entrance, essentially. Was what she'd have carved into the dirt.
I'm gonna gesture to the slaves then. It's okay. I'll cover you.
They all kind of just give a...
Add that to my
And
notes.
Sid dies a hero again.
Add that to my note. Gravelly Welsh voice.
Welsh!
That was Welsh.
I didn't think so.
I didn't either, but I'll take it.
But fair enough.
Welshish.
Welsh-ish, yeah. Fantasy Welsh, it's fine.
Welsh.
Welsh dialect.
Wellish.
Wellish!
I'm gonna follow after them. When I get to there, I look back around. Are you coming or not?
I'll be.
to the
She's
bear.
gonna, from her pack, she's gonna take out another of the jars and just spin it in her hand. Because you can assume that you can actually see her at this point.
Is that? Oh,
Giant grin!
You just hear screams of pain coming from up on the ledge as the corpse of an ogre slave master is thrown down, dead.
no, yep, go. Just sort of stage whispering to the last of the slaves that are like the old infirm one, just sort of helping him. Look, no, go. Yes, it's
Eat
fine.
them.
It's fine. Go,
Alvina,
go.
and as that, she's going to do the full-on, like, sprint up like a bullet, leap off the ochre corpse into the air and try and get the shot put hit again.
Kobe.
With the final ogre head. Final
No,
drop.
that's fair, that's fair. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
I've lost my character sheet.
I'd
I found it.
I'd like to assist.
Oh,
them.
11.
11.
Oh, I get
What
this.
the fuck?
How are you assisting this?
I'm gonna get to the crane while they're not at it.
Ah. Well, I think I miss the ledge, possibly. Or it just goes wide or something. There's an ogre, there's a troll somewhere now.
There is, but let's first see. To be fair though, so when you get there, I'm pretty sure this will already happen. So unfortunately, I don't think you're actually able to move quick enough. And also, I also know the crane won't do anything. It goes up or down the platform, and then it has like an arm that swings in and out.
Yep.
Rather than like up or down. So there's no way to like bat it up. Unfortunately, as you hurl this up towards the ledge, your footing on the ogre slave master you were attempting to use as a platform, you kind of sink in a little bit more than expected, and then you realize, oh, you've accidentally stepped in an open, gushing wound, and it's thrown off your aim. As before you realize that the jar which you accidentally released is now hurtling back down towards you, and smacks in to the ogre as it starts growing and bubbling, its bones cracking as a three-headed feral troll begins forming right in front of your eyes.
Alvina is going to attempt to hide in the intestines of the ogre.
Luckily, you're invisible and therefore don't need to go into anything, so just give me a stealth check at advantage.
Where's
Is the nearest thing the slaves?
It's you.
Quite possibly, yes. Especially
yeah, it's
see the ogres.
22! Thank fuck for advantage.
Yep.
I was definitely not making up
Again?
this.
22.
Definitely stealthed from the feral troll. However, the feral troll is immediately going to turn to Sid and is going to charge at them, which I'm going to use as, unfortunately, we're going to have to call for initiative at that.
That's fair. Let's do it.
This becomes a player-relevant scenario that might not actually... Oh god, if James's character dies.
So a troll...
Oh, yeah!
It immediately dies! Oh, I got a natural!
If Sid dies, that's amazing.
With a 3, how did you get a 12?
I've got advantage. I've got an advantage.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason. So one of them was a natural one, the other one was not. Oh yeah, my +3 to initiative. 0, like 1 + 3 = 12, right? That's some Alvina maths right there.
If everyone else also... Actually,
I don't have my fancy stuff, do I?
No.
Wanna
Unfortunately, you had to go and retrieve
Stick
that.
their characters over here.
Go and receive
No,
that.
Alvina hasn't yelled yet.
Stick their characters on a map in the south
Word of
somewhere.
warning.
I mean, why am I getting spurt vibes?
Getting what vibes?
Spurt.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah. It's a kobold from campaign 2 of Critical Role.
I knew the 11 days thing.
Is that Mark Hughes' one?
It was
I got
Jeremy
12,
Crawford's
11.
one, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone put their character in the grey bit there now. Just
Just so you guys
Can we enlarge Sid so that the audience knows at least how good Ali did
Good!
with the background there?
It's a really nice background.
That's
The character
a little
looks
too enlarged.
fucking warped.
Yes.
It's cool though.
It is very cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly enough, they give me Jack Sparrow vibes, and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I have genuinely no idea why.
I have no idea either.
Yeah.
I have no idea either.
I don't think I can make myself smaller, so I'm now just bigger in the voice.
Big point!
Brr.
Let's get the right thing up.
Is that a 7 or a natural one? It was a 7. Okay.
So there's no blocking the passage out.
Go.
And I can bring you
Let's
guys.
hope I don't get a 1.
For all intents and purposes, everyone else will have effectively the surprise condition as
That's better.
echoes, and also you just know to ignore Alvina.
Oh, actually. Oh, convenient. Sid, you're not surprised.
Am I not?
You're in the range
Nope.
of my aura of not being able to be surprised.
Do I have advantage?
You just, no, I get the
Initiative.
advantage on initiative. You just can't be surprised.
Cool. I'll
You're
roll.
barely in range to not be surprised as well, so only you.
You're expecting this kind of shit to happen.
Yeah, you looked at Alvina with that trouble and just went, yeah, I know
This is
what's
gonna go
happen here."
badly, isn't it?
This does not look good with the way she's covered.
She's covered in burns, blood, and bruises and cuts.
If it's the exact image of how Alvina is at the current moment, it's like, yeah.
She's actually at fairly high health.
Shit's about to go sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Ooh, that troll is quick.
they are fast.
Ow.
That's a quick ass troll. There's going to be a battle in the background between the Oni and the ogres, but that's going to be that's just going to be a background screaming
Mosh pit.
moss pit. Since I only really care about this troll who might legitimately kill Sid, and therefore this actually matters.
I mean,
Big.
what's the shortest time that you've had a character for, James?
It's longer than this.
10 minutes.
Two sessions was my shortest one before, and that was a tiefling
You
in
might-
Curse of Strahd campaign.
If this goes particularly bad, this genuinely could be a character that dies in under an hour.
I'll be so sad.
It would be
It's
sad
so
as
sad.
well. It'd be a
Because
fucking
I spent
two.
all week.
It was a
I was
two.
going to say,
I
the
feel
real question
bad.
is, how long did you spend making this character?
Yeah, what's the creation time versus living time?
This is why
time's
I don't
definitely
put.
long.
This is why I don't put that long into creating characters.
So,
I did spend about an hour making the Hero Forge mini today. So
Now, to be fair, there is a potential. I mean, you at least need to strive one round. And rolled a 23. They are going to go first as they fully form in lightning speed. Unable to
course they
see
do.
Alvina invisible and stealth, they are going to leave, provoking an opportunity attack from Alvina. Alvina, would you like to take it?
fucking better.
Now, no, you don't need to.
Because Alvina doesn't know Sid.
she doesn't.
But you do see the trolls effectively charging towards the slaves.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sid was being a dick.
It wasn't being that bad, to be honest. I just realised I
Bans
can't
the
be
professor.
surprised either. Can I? Here's a weird one. In the amount of time it takes for the troll to reanimate into a troll, can she try and throw the troll heads up a level?
Had its initiative not been higher
That-
than yours, I would have said yes. Unfortunately, this thing pretty much just springs into
It
existence
is so feral.
Yeah.
before you even have a chance to look back and see it.
Uber
one-
troll.
I can't
This
use
one-
my
So feral and hungry.
I can't use it as a grapple is the problem.
The
Actually, wait a
albino
minute.
of
I've
trolls.
just realised I don't actually have any weapons drawn. I can't actually make an attack of opportunity.
Technically, you can punch
Yeah,
it.
well,
punch it, yeah.
unarmed.
Nah, I'm not going to punch it.
There you
You
go.
can push it prone.
Trip it.
Chop,
No,
shove
because I
it.
can't.
Yeah,
Because you can't.
stick your foot out.
Because you can't grapple as a opportunity attack.
It's a shove attack.
Uh,
And if you succeed, you can either push it prone or push it 5 feet away from you.
yeah.
Rugby tackle it.
No, honestly, I was tempted to rugby tackle it and try and pitch it up onto the upper level. If I could do that, but I can't do that as one move, unfortunately. Outside of my
That's
own
okay.
turn. So.
Apparently, you
I-
cannot shove as an opportunity attack. An opportunity attack grants you a single melee attack, whereas shoving requires the attack action.
Yeah, that was a lot of them require the action, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can
could
I-
you just like shove them with like a quarterstaff or something like that?
Oh,
Not unless you have a feat that allows you to.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Hmm.
I don't
I-
have any feats like that.
I'm gonna allow him to take my destiny to twist it so he can make this tackle attack. Is that
Yeah,
fair?
well, yeah, that's what they're for.
I'll
He's already
if-
making
if-
a quick attack. He can't make a tackle as well as a quick attack.
No, it'd be instead of making the attack, I'd be to.
I know I was Pokemon.
Okay.
fine.
I'm calling for
Call of
tackle.
Destiny.
Alvina, tackle.
Albina, use takedown.
Yes, Alvina, use takedown. Go.
Right, if you're twisting destiny, then go for it.
Yeah, Albina's
Make me an
going.
athletic check.
Athletics check. Unfortunately, she's not raging. 12.
No.
I think I just miss, actually.
Unfortunately, a 14 to bat
Face
you away.
plants.
She just trips on the other part of the ogre carcass. It was like, this ogre was a terrible idea.
No, our foot's still stuck in that wound.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the feral troll just feels like a little bump against his elbow, but isn't quite sure what just happened, and then just, still in its blood rage, just runs towards Sid and is going to claw down on them. in a frenzy.
Oh
I'm
dear.
sorry, I
Also-
tried.
You will also now be
I tried
visible
as
as
well.
well.
Well, Sid, you can't say Alvina didn't try.
Yeah.
Well-
As a grapple is a contested skill check, not an attack.
No?
It was why it's the destiny point to allow me to do it in the first place, essentially.
And even the 14 beats you.
I rolled
But,
a 3.
This will be done at advantage as they are reckless creatures who do not care for their own safety and only want to destroy and consume. So, we're about to find out what Sid can do and if Sid has a
Backup
decent
character.
Can I use a prayer of healing?
as a reaction. No.
Yeah, I was going to say, that also takes 10 minutes to cast.
I mean, I'm gonna pray and hope that I don't lose a lot of health.
That's not a prayer of healing, that's a prayer of salvation. They're completely
It's going to
different.
come in with its bite attack at advantage
20.
for a modifying 20.
Please don't also go rabid, by the way. That's my really big request.
With
Okay.
without my shield, it does hit.
Oh, bollocks.
Alright, then you take 12 piercing damage and a constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
17.
Is this against disease?
It is not. It is
Just
against
stop doing rage.
It's a rage virus.
Yep.
I would argue it is a disease.
No.
I would argue, deliberately designed to not proc the disease.
Oh!
Hey!
You got there.
Succeed. You take the 12 piercing, but you fight off the
Angie.
quasi-magical effect of this rage-inducing aura or bite. As it goes in to claw you for a natural
Ow.
20.
Why is it with trolls and critting James?
I'm so sorry.
I hate you so much right now.
Wow!
Why?
As it naturally crits against you
You
for
suck.
15 slashing damage. And comes in again for a
For an all-
28
It was 1 off the crit again.
Yeah.
for
Yeah, it
11
hits me.
worse slashing.
Yeah.
And that is its 3 main attacks, as it is a reckless, berserking creature and gets 1 more claw attack with its bonus action for a 23 to hit for another 14 slashing.
Yep.
But that is the full extent of the Feral Troll's turn. As Zormir, I'm actually going to call it the delay condition, since you're not technically surprised, you're just running through a damn corridor. As you lose the delay condition.
I'm so bloodied right now.
I'm sorry, I tried.
No, you didn't try.
I
If you
did.
had tried,
We tried,
if you had tried, you'd be visible right now, and it'd be attacking the meat shield instead of the one defending.
I tried. Didn't try
She
to
never
kill
had time
myself.
to become visible and tackle.
Fuku, you lose the delay condition. Alvina, it is your turn.
Okay, Alvina is gonna pull herself free from the ogre corpse.
Running away.
Oh, this is so much pain.
Sprint this way and try again to grapple it, to grab it.
Alright, go for it. Set me up with that DC, let's find out what happens.
19. That's not
Ooh,
awful.
that's better.
It's a 10. It wasn't great.
For a natural 1,
Yep.
it fails with a 7.
I know this is not very aerodynamic, by account of being a troll.
Yep, yep, yep.
But I'm gonna try my very best to fucking hurl it up here to the lower level.
Alright, this is going to require quite the high check. I'm going to say, now if it was a normal thing, you're getting
Did
like
you rage
60
beforehand?
feet.
No,
Yeah, did you-
I didn't rage you.
Do you have any rages left?
I've 1. I'm saving it for when I become visible, inevitably.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is quite a high check at 23.
Yeah. Expected.
But not
Natural 1!
Oh!
You tried to move it, but it's just locked in on Sid.
I'm gonna try it again.
No, I won this guy.
I'm gonna try it again.
It's just one of those suplex moments where this.
Alvina's having a rough day today.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Apparently, you were just situating your legs properly, getting it kind of braced as you just hurl this thing.
The floor cracks underneath
Found that
her.
solid base.
The Elvina just plants her feet, the floor just cracks underneath her feet, and you heave!
It isn't able to
See,
get up to
this
the
is
fruit,
why
but
you
it
lift
does
with your
get up to the
legs.
oak level.
That's all I was trying to get to that level. All I was trying to do wasn't. I knew I couldn't get to the brute.
Yeah, and this brute unfortunately still isn't able to dislodge this fighting troll off him.
Oh, this is good.
All right, you've managed to successfully hurl the feral troll up onto the ledge with the slave master ogres, and now there's just all hell breaking loose on these ledges as the slaves run for safety to the east. And Sid, you're left there, still just
Maimed.
just maimed, just blood.
Maimed is the word.
The wounds, having just seen an invisible creature hurl the scroll through the air.
You saw how big Alvina is as well. She just pitched that troll in.
And Alvina, I believe that was all of your
Yeah, that's all.
attacks and actions.
That's everything I can do. Is that I can still technically move a bit more, but I think that at its point, the rest of the move is unplanting her feet. Honestly, with that roll.
Yeah. As we since it's Sid's next turn. Anyway, Sid, we go to you. You've just you're alive.
I run. I don't have my weapons with me.
You've got a pickaxe.
I run.
Nope, they'll be
I have a
back
yes. I'm
in-
not strength based.
Ah.
As you continue running after the slaves and make your way into the kind of passageway into the what you know to be the easternmost mine shaft, effectively off the lower levels, and also the one that they've got deliberately kind of booby trapped, as well as a roaming gang of ogres that pick anyone up that tries to run. There've been a few escapees, but they either always return bloodied and bruised, or they return dead. No one's ever successfully made it out of here. There was also that gossip of they're actually, now that I think about it, and now that you think about it, kind of running through this, I'm trying to piece everything together as to what's happening. There was an incident a day ago in which apparently an agent off Banshee's Grove did attempt to scout out the area and got into a confrontation with the Onis at the entrance.
They think I'm that dryad.
It's the theory that this, for all intents and purposes, does seem to really strongly indicate there is a Banshee Grove assault on the mines.
Yeah.
So I hope you've brushed up on your religious text.
Yeah, it
Because
does.
you're about to change owners.
Great. Sure. I hate gods.
As you are running down that corridor, we head back to Alvina real quick, just because you'll meet up the rest of the party in a second. Alvina, given that they won't actually get here before your next round, is there anything you'd like to do?
Okay, so how does the fight look like it's going up there?
The ogres are unable to damage the trolls. The trolls have no such limitation.
Yep.
And I actually need to double check if I gave the Oni brutes magic weapons.
They do. They have the +1
did.
glaives.
They also just have magical weapons in general. All their
right.
weapons are considered magical.
Cool.
So the Oni brute is looking successfully more victorious, especially because he actually, once he goes bloody, will have resistance to the troll's damage.
Yay!
I think they are higher level. Yeah, he's a couple CRs higher, so the only brute is, while getting damaged and is getting close to bloody, is winning this battle against the troll. The ogres are definitely going to die, though.
Okay. Well, Alvina is going to do the one thing that she can think of, which may even the odds a little bit for that top one, and also just do a bit of a wallop in general to everything. Because I believe I can get in range to do that, can't I? How far up is the Oni brute again?
He's on the 60-foot ledge.
Okay, I'm gonna get within 30 feet of this ledge, draw the amethyst sword, take a big sweep, and singularity slash right at the Oni brute.
Okay.
Try to hit everything, but specifically making sure the Oni Brute is getting hit, and this will break the invisibility. And then she's gonna fucking run.
That is a 10 for the Oni Brute.
DC 20.
He only has resistance against spells, and this isn't a spell, it's a magical effect, so that doesn't apply here. Is there anything else he has? Nope. 'Cause this is
51.
a spell, or technically a cast spell. That's fine. Alright. As he takes it, and he's going to take the full 51 force damage.
And he's pinned to the ground.
Definitely giving the troll the advantage here and might be able to swing this battle the other way. And then you're going to run after Sid and the fleeing slaves.
Yep, she's gonna go, bye! Boom!
Then we proceed to everyone else loses the delay action effectively, as you guys are going to meet up in the middle, or not in the middle, as you're already like halfway towards the entrance.
Does that actually
a couple rounds later,
Does
2 or
that
3
end my
entrances there.
invisibility, actually? 'Cause it's not a spell or an attack.
So you're still invisible.
I might be. This is one of the ones I could definitely go with. It breaks it, but I'm not sure.
This will be equivalent to if a beat of fireball breaks it.
Fireball is a spell, which would break it.
Yeah,
But
This
but
isn't
beat
beat
of
of
fireball
fireball
is
is
not
an
cast a
item.
spell.
Yeah.
It has the
Oh,
effect
bead of fireball.
of a spell.
I thought you said casting
it is
fireball.
not.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're still invisible.
Yeah, absolutely invisible.
As you run up, though, you watch as my wounds are knitting together, and I look round at you and say, "I don't know where you came from."
No, you're pretty sure they came from Banshee's Grove.
It's
But whatever weapons you brought with you, fucking hell, I just
yeah, you okay? Obviously,
It all-
she's way fast. I'm assuming she's way faster than you. She's faster than all the slaves, know that. So
yeah, 30 feet.
yeah, 45. So Alvin is sprinting up after you, and he goes, "Yeah, it's a long story." Hi, bud.
Very long.
I'm Alvina.
I'm
My friend's
Sid.
around that corner up ahead.
Actually, I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark. My friend's around that corner.
Right.
Apparently beats of fireball do not break invisibility. Good to know.
No, they don't.
I got a great idea for a poltergeist wizard.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Necklace of fireball. It's good.
Yep.
But after a couple seconds of running, much shorter than you were expecting, you come face to face with, I'm going to assume, the rest of the party leading the way, with Abigail just behind them leading the newly formed.
Still
mini
traumatized.
Where would the Hydras
Well,
be in this?
she's successfully repressing everything, I'll have you know.
Where would the Hydras be in
That's not healthy.
She's learned from Dr. Zormir.
She's learned from her.
I'm assuming you've got like Susie in front and the
Gregor.
other one at the back.
Gregor.
at the back.
So these
Yeah.
people are terrified, and the first thing that these slaves come into contact with is a hungry Hydra.
It's like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
But Sid, you're able to kind of overtake the slaves, just kind of leading the way. As you come across face to face with the party sees down this Earth Genasi leading a small group, a little bit smaller than the group you already have, but close in size, who are just terrified and shaking as they kind of stop at the Hydras. What do you do?
I get in front of them and I draw the war pick, even though I'm injured, and say, "I wouldn't go that way if I were you. There's some horrible
What did
scenes."
Alvina unleash on them?
Hi guys! Alvin is still invisible, like bouncing on the spot.
Three feral trolls. A bit,
Okay,
of
that-
a bit of overkill, especially since she chucked one of them at me.
It was an accident. The ogre's corpse got in the way.
What's your wisdom?
Mine?
Yeah, what's its wisdom? What's your passive wisdom?
12.
Oh, I thought you were a
12.
cleric. Interesting.
No.
Oh, you're a paladin. That was it.
Or a monk.
They said
As
sword
you-
and
as you
shield.
arrive-
That's why I was-
Hydras.
She looks surprisingly
It's
tame.
not common for maybe the divine faction to use Hydras. You could see it. Plus, you're a little bit concentrating on the fact that you're trying to make sure that none of the slaves get murdered in this civil war, effectively, or not civil war, this faction warfare going on.
And one of the hiders has a saddle and bridle.
Yeah, Susie, the one that you're looking at, actually
Yeah,
has
you did, but, that doesn't seem strange to you. This still doesn't disprove that they're with the Radiant faction. And as you kind of look back, you can see just behind them with that passive, the rest of the slaves kind of following them. It doesn't look like they're evacuating the slaves.
Who's your good girl, Susie?
What?
Oh, looks like we're
What's
rounding
going
the
on?
slaves up.
We're
We are, I guess, technically the rebellion?
Fuck
We're
off.
part
no, you're
of the
not.
rebellion.
No, you're
Kind
not.
of.
Sort of.
Abigail.
Abigail's
Where are you
with the
from?
rebellion.
We're definitely.
Abigail.
I am-
Give me the persuasion check.
Well, there's Alvina doing the persuasion check. She's-
Yeah, just because you're the first one to say it, I just want to see what the initial reaction is.
Come on,
How long it takes
persuasion.
to clear this up.
Please be an at one so I can kill
15!
you.
15.
My insight is only 14.
Woo! You believe her.
I bet it's not even a lie.
I know,
I am disbelieving.
Said knows it's the truth.
No, I know that she believes she could be mind controlled for all I know.
She could just be
And also,
stupid.
if they are with the trickery domain, as you saw of the illusion, if there's some sort of hybrid nature trickery, it's entirely possible they're being really good at deception.
Yep, entirely possible.
Another person is added to the list of people that thinks Alvina's a master liar.
I deliberately checked to see if they knew Rebellion can, and they did not.
That's
Meaning,
why technically we're rebellion.
there's no way they're actually part of the Rebellion, otherwise they would have understood you.
Out.
Abigail's definitely
You're not with the rebellion, are you? You're just rounding up slaves to take back to your Radiant Masters, aren't you?
I have no
No.
masters, thank you very much. I am my own master.
Abigail,
I mean-
can you?
I mean,
convince-
technically, we've kidnapped the.
Well, no,
Rebellion-
she came with us through her
Yeah,
own
she-
volition.
We talked with her, and she followed
we-
what she wanted to do. There's a
Yes.
difference.
Abigail,
Daddy didn't like it, but
Abigail,
that's
come
what she
up
wanted
the front,
to do.
please. Can
Yeah,
you know that? You know the cant for this to show this person that we're with you.
The Sid.
Would I recognize Abigail? I did not say Sid, I said Mark.
Oh, Mark. They're Mark. Sorry.
Give me an insight check.
Insight.
Insight or history, your choice. I never know what to do for the recognition.
I always go history usually for it, or just flat intelligence. That's what I usually use.
I am not good at history, so it will be an insight. I rolled over a 20!
Hey!
You suck, D&D Beyond.
6.
Fucking hate you.
The
What is
best,
with these dice rolls?
the best over
Do you
20
really want to
ever.
get that character murdered in the first session?
God,
Are you that determined?
Either or.
You don't recognize her herself. It's possible you've never actually been to salvage, since you're not a specialist, or you're not a special agent like the professor was.
Yeah.
You're an infiltrator,
I'm an infiltrator.
which means your assignment's a little bit different, and you don't actually go to outposts as much.
No.
Is there nothing she can say or do that would
Oh, yeah.
We're
convince?
getting to.
I was going to get to that.
Mark.
She is going to do Rebellion Camp to Mark. As she kind of steps forward, you kind of she looks a little bit pale in the face, like she sees some shit last month.
No, she
Hour?
was.
In the last half hour, yeah.
If
Moves
that.
forward
Alvina pats
And-
her head.
to the rest of the party, begins talking about geographic rock formations. Talking about where different mushrooms and crystals form.
It's our new
Yeah.
hobby.
I seem to return
Question.
the
Sentiment.
conversation. My eyes narrow slightly. I
I saw a
communicate.
rock that looks like a rhino once.
I communicate to her. Are these people holding you under duress?
She responds back of, "No, it's a complicated story, but I can vouch for them. Their intentions are with the Noids if their methods are a little extreme and radical."
A little extreme. She threw a rabid troll at me.
Look, they get results.
That would do. That
Don't
would
she's a
do.
sweetheart, really.
Not good results, but results.
It's technically good results. Remember we put
here-
on the first ever rock concert this planet has ever had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about mushrooms and rocks?
I don't know, I'm hungry though.
Oh,
They're
yes,
always
please don't
hungry.
tell me.
They
The
grow
point will throw
very
in-
widely in the forests beyond the spine.
Really? Ooh, I have to
I
go
wish-
there.
The point will throw in some just general rock facts from.
I will give some random plant facts for being in it Wood Elf,
No,
like
no,
some
no,
of the weird fey plants that she's
I mean,
used.
there's a
Not rock.
obsidian crater back there now.
Please don't
And we
talk about
found a
the crater.
charismatic rock.
Oh yeah, we
Are you a superior then? Are you here to extract me? Is that what you sent to extract me?
Who the hell are you?
Not directly. I guess
Eh.
a liaison between this new. I guess the best explanation is mercenary group that works for the rebellion.
Is
I'm
this
trying to
still in
recover
Cant?
something
Is
of
this-
mine.
Yeah, is this still in Cant or is it in common now?
Yes,
This
this
is
would
all
all be
in
rebellion, Kent.
Could
Yeah.
Annabelle not say she's the
That's
daughter
probably
of
not the best thing to
the
randomly say.
warden?
That's probably not,
Yeah.
it's possibly
But
not.
she's more trying to ease his mind about you guys first, unbeknownst to all of you.
Well,
But I
Is-
represent Salvation. We're here to, or as a side mission, I suppose. My father, Warder Charwood, asked us to locate the agent of the Black Phoenix within. We were told to look for the Black Egg.
Oh, wait, I actually don't remember that. I thought-
Fuck you's going to turn to Sod off and go, is he your cousin?
Sodok just shakes his head,
Okay.
shrugs his little flame through. But Mark, you would, in similar concepts, but entirely different routes. It's taught only to people who join the rebellion.
Maybe a different secret language.
Makes sense.
Or if it was similar, I'd just be like throwing in words like hammer, spanner.
Because just because of the way it's
Where is the
formed,
bathroom?
it's the same
Donde
theory
está?
behind it.
Donde
But
está
unless you know
biblioteca?
the exact word translations, you wouldn't
Can
know,
we
it
have-
wouldn't be translatable.
Why? I ask her, why would what's his name?
Why is
The
this psychopathic woman wig?
Cinder Brush?
Charwood.
Why did Charwood send a band of mercenaries and a liaison? Surely it would have sent a specialist to extract me.
Can we have this conversation of rocks somewhere else? I mean, this isn't exactly safe.
Sorry, Zormir, this will just take a second. This is important.
Also, Zome, it
Okay.
technically is safe. I think they're going to be with those trolls for a while.
We weren't. That's what I'm saying. We weren't sent to extract you. We just happened to be in the area, and I was told that we might as well help you out in this scenario. It's coincidental, but like I said, we're working with an experimental team with experimental methods.
This is common.
A couple points for James. You would recognize the Black Egg as your code name.
Yeah.
Which gives a little bit more legitimacy to this. It's still possible they could have somehow retrieved this information. It's still a plot.
We've slaughtered the village.
There's
and
enough
got it.
weirdness going along that you're not like absolutely sure. There's a little bit of doubt that maybe they might be telling the truth. Might.
There's currently
Still could be a lie.
There's currently an invisible woman covered in blood and ash and things petting a giant hydra. Yeah,
And while you
it's a bit weird.
don't know her herself, you at least know the name Warder Charwood, as there's not that many warders, and mostly everyone in the rebellion knows the warders just because they're quite prominent positions.
Yeah. There's
and
like 4 or 6 I think. You said.
Something around that, as I haven't actually.
We'll say
told
5.
Yeah, there's around
Single
about half
digit
dozen.
numbers. Single digit
Yeah.
numbers.
But they are in charge of the very few settlements that help funnel and fuel the rebellion in this continent.
If you're looking for the Black Egg, I'm sure we can find them together.
Speaking
Raise an
code.
eyebrow.
Speaking code in the code. Great.
She kind of just tilts her head at you. We've been speaking Rebellion Camp this entire time. Nobody else knows Rebellion Camp.
I look around the party.
It's pretty obvious you're the Black Egg. No, you,
Sorry,
you-
I have just been clawed 3 times by a rabid troll.
And bitten.
I'm not quite myself
And
today.
The point is obviously paying very close attention, but that might be because rock facts.
The point is really
he's just going-
interested in the rocks. Okay.
Yeah, he's just like,
Aside from actual stories of rock and mushroom,
Igneous
there's a little bit on rock music.
Yeah.
There's like one
Slag
one
mushroom.
word. There's like one word of like scales and arpeggios.
I think I invented rock music in this
You
universe.
did, yeah. We did
treble,
the first rock.
whammy bar.
Very well.
but yes, over time,
I-
eventually you can talk.
Very well. I require help getting my personal effects. If you require my assistance.
Oh, you have. You can fight.
Oh, I can fight.
Yeah, this is and this is all now back in common. This is the agent that
Oh, finally, we're not talking about mushrooms.
I mean, I'm still hungry.
I mean, I
Alvin is
saw
like,
a badger somewhere.
possibly the Alvin is like pulled something out of her bag and is possibly seeing the invisible person taking bites out of something.
before we do move on, before I forget, I absolutely just love the idea of them speaking Rebellion Can and Mushroom and Rock and the party just joining in
Yeah.
Just chipping in random words.
of what they're even saying. So congratulations, you all get a Destiny point.
Hey!
Because I don't know why I just really like that.
It's pretty fun.
So good.
It seems very
Like,
on brand
we
for
have
the
a
party.
squid. Yeah, we have a squid in mushroom wine over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Is that code? Is there a new code?
No, and Alvina just
It's a
picks.
squid thing in mushroom wine.
Alvina picks it up, the barrel with that assassin in, and I'm assuming because Kata's not here, so the assassin will just say hi.
Yep. Abigail just pat
Horrifying.
Mark on the shoulder. You'll just learn to roll with it. It's just easier if you don't question everything.
You said you
Starts
can.
moving off with the rebellion.
I'm assuming you have 10-foot blind sight, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you had that. So you can feel Alvina just grinning her head off within like close proximity to you, essentially.
Did you not breathe on me?
No.
No, you won't breathe on me, or no, you can't not breathe on me.
Yes.
What do you...
No, yes, you won't breathe on me, or yes, you can't not. I've lost track now. I'm sorry. I'm not well. I'm not book read.
I like this one, and I pat you on
Leave
the
the
back.
she.
I have
my name
eaten
is Buckle.
many books, thank you very much.
Yeah, he said book read, not book eaten.
Oh. I've read one book.
Meanwhile,
But
is
some
one of
people-
you a healer? The other folks here are in need of medical assistance, and to be honest, so am I.
Gwen's
Since
a
your
doctor.
friend here threw a troll at me.
It was an accident.
I mean,
Yes, well, many things are.
do we have the magic to spare to keep on healing people now? I mean,
I have one spell slot.
Then I will.
But no, I can
will-
still give you a little something.
No, it's fine. Does anyone else require heal? I can do it myself. I'll just require 10 minutes, and I can heal multiple people.
I could use it, honestly. That a few of the things previously have hurt.
I would just be remiss if I didn't
Oof.
say how long do we have before those trolls finish off the Oni and the ogres and
mean,
make their way
probably
down
not
this
long.
direction.
Alvina, do you want to go back to check?
no, we will move back down the corridor and
Yeah,
hope that
give it a
we'll go
minute.
somewhere else.
I could use some healing as well, but we give it a couple minutes, then I'll go back and check.
I suggest we get out of this corridor
I
back to
threw
the other.
him onto the staircase, so the trolls are might, if we're lucky, start going up and clearing the way for us.
We can
You
only
want to
hope
check
that.
that, and then I'll cast my spell.
I'd rather
Well,
not.
I'd rather let him finish the fight first, and then I'll go and check. I'll
Yeah.
check in a couple minutes.
All right,
got
I'll
time for your
begin.
spell. Mhm.
I'll begin casting Prayer of Healing. Then I can target 6 creatures. I will include myself.
Yeah,
Who else
obviously.
needs? Probably Alvina.
I'm down a few hit points still, yeah.
Yeah, is it creatures you can see? I can see you as long as you're within 10 feet of me.
I will be, yeah.
Cool.
How much health do you have, James?
I was down at 24. I'll be honest.
What's your total?
76.
I'm down a bit as well still.
But it's
Okay.
fine. I can lay on hands myself a little bit and then prayer of
Do
healing
that in private.
for more.
Zormir gets 10, Alvina gets 10, and Sid can get 20.
20?
Yes.
How?
I'm a cleric.
Yeah, they're big.
What?
They're big healer.
But 20 hit points? That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, I had to spread them out over you.
Alright, okay. Still, that's good. Is anyone still down?
Yeah,
I'm
they're
still
like-
there.
I am down 6 hit points now.
Yes, I'm down 12, but I can cope with being down 12.
I would rather everyone be high, so I will cast 9 plus 5, 14 hit points back to myself first and foremost, then the tanks,
Lancashire.
Gwent.
I'm
Did you
full.
get hit? Yeah,
No,
you didn't
full,
get hit.
baby.
Cool. I'm only 3 off max now. That's good.
Nice.
I'm back to
Very
max.
Yes, I
Excellent. Yeah. Any of the commoners who are especially badly injured. You know what? The commoner that got stabbed by Ori. I'll heal them.
Oh, and the one that's beaten bloody who stabbed them.
That is Ori.
No, alright, no, the other one as well, who got stabbed.
Lane.
Who was
Yeah.
barely alive.
Hmm.
They'd been stabilised, the other one.
It was Len or something.
Something like that. It was
Maybe
the Hobbit.
Lux.
It was the other Hobbit.
Is Lox's name, or is it just Loxodon?
Yes.
No, Lox's name now.
Okay.
Locks and bagels.
Yeah, after the healing
Have,
storm,
have we just named someone Guy?
is
Yeah.
naming someone human. Essentially.
Not just Q.
No, it's
Hugh man.
Man.
Human, yeah.
Human guy.
Use an actual name. See, it's not that unreasonable.
Exactly. But yeah, after the healing prayer is done, I'll be able to go, thanks very much. I'll go check to see if they're finished. And run off! Back down
That's fair. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Advantage because you're still invisible.
Yep. That's pretty much why this entire thing has been done by stealth, barbarian.
If you don't mind, I'd
Oh,
like to
18.
I'd like to slip into something more comfortable if it's all the same to you. Excuse me for a second.
Okay.
You want to get your bloodstained clothes?
Something like that.
I really wanted to be like a velvet smoking jacket for some reason.
They just put on their shades underground in the mine.
As they begin to walk away, you watch as their armor begins to sparkle and change shape and form, and they take out a small makeup pad from their pocket, and they go behind a rock for about 20 seconds, and come back out, and you see a dwarf. Wide, broad-shouldered, very sort of huff and puffy.
I mean,
Auburn hair, ivory
how
skin.
tall were you?
Oh, it's large. About 6 foot.
You're a fucking
Yeah,
changeling.
Dwarves are about 5 foot, so unless you can shrink.
They're a fucking changeling.
Oh, it's fine. I can disguise. I can disguise myself. What makes me a master infiltrate?
Alvina's
sorry,
not
that's
here.
not. Sorry, that's
I
not
like
her
the look.
voice. That's not her voice. I can cast disguise self on myself. It's no, never mind.
Okay, it is
Turn into
them.
a southern belle.
Yeah.
And
in-
like, make sure it...
I literally have the concept that if anyone's seen that new Spy Family anime, that you just like pull off the face mask essentially, which is just a normal person's head. You just like rip it off like a paper bag, and it's just different face underneath.
She has amazing sideburns, by the way.
There's always a bit of
And,
pride in female dwarves, from what I've understood.
The point is jealous of the sideburns.
Full Elvis in his heyday sideburns, or full Elvis in his heyday sideburns?
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, yeah, very much so.
What about
She's-
John
she's
McCririck
singing.
sideburns?
No, not that fuzzy. No. She's got deep red hair, ivory skin, eyes of emerald green.
You're Alvina, but
Jolene?
Yeah, you knew my name.
Oh,
That's the
Christ.
people's entire passive. You don't see Drax anymore. Drax has disappeared again.
That's normal.
He does that.
Who does what?
It's not really a surprise.
Oh.
Long story.
A
Well, we
friend,
got time while your friend's coming back.
Where did Drax go? Oh, he's
Right.
probably going scouting for information.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's probably another thing we should warn you about.
Oh yeah, just brace yourself. We've got a freaking aboleth.
Yeah.
Oh,
I turn to Abigail. Y'all have an aboleth with you. I
Yes.
see. So the rebellions allied themselves with the very people the very monsters they're trying to overthrow. Is that it now?
No,
This one's
they
a
were
free
captured,
agent. This one's a free agent.
and pretty much a free agent.
Yeah, it is bugging off.
Pretty much a free agent.
They have a keen.
Well, but
They're with us. We're with the rebellion.
They have a keen interest in artificery.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's a dead art.
What do you mean
No.
dead?
Well, no one does artificery now. It died years and years ago.
I like that we've met artificers in this
it
world.
died
Didn't it?
years ago.
Didn't it?
We've met several artificers already in this world.
Well, I haven't.
Flashes up the blade of my
I think you've only met
my weapon.
2, 3, and they're all monstrous races.
No, because we met
No, you don't.
what's his name? The dwarf guy was an
Yeah.
Officer.
Bruce Shoulders?
yeah.
Bruce Shoulder isn't an artificer.
The
He has every other skill.
They're
the
artisans,
character
not artificers.
that I made in this world was an artificer. Captain Woolenbeard, he was an artificer. He was a little artificer, but it was a bit.
That's fair. He was one of the very rare and unique artificers from the rebellion. There's like maybe a handful of them.
It's not completely dead. It's just very, very dying.
Very, very rare.
High
You know,
levels
that's why
of
he died.
artifice.
This wasn't very good.
High levels of artifice are
He hasn't
very
died.
hard to come by.
As far as you know.
As far as Assassin's story goes, he's still alive.
I find that highly offensive.
Which means he could actually not be real as well.
Well, don't take it personal, Sugar, but I don't know you from Adam, so.
I'm quite a skilled artificer, and
But no, when Alvina gets back, you find a ton of dead ogres, and if you explore enough, even a dead brute.
Yay.
Oh dear.
Alvina will scout around for look, because there were the 2 ogres that buggered off.
Give me a survival check if you're looking for tracks.
Yeah.
Did they even manage to kill one of the trolls?
Oh,
Or is there
natural
still
one.
all
Alvina
3
can't see any
Right.
tracks.
Well, the ogres wouldn't be able to kill the trolls, so it was only the brute that had a chance. And apparently, I did a bunch of skill checks for each side. The troll just managed to beat out the brute before it could kill him.
Because Alvina
So
helped.
they've probably
Alvina gave the
fully
troll an
regenerated
assist.
by now.
Alvina
Yeah,
gave the
because
troll an assist by pinning the ogre brute to the ground.
Yeah, so that turned the battle, giving it a fair chance. As you're looking around for tracks, you don't see anything. Who knows where the trolls have gone? You know, the earth here is actually quite like compact from all the slaves moving around, the ogres. So there isn't discernible prints for trolls, and apparently trolls are just really light on their feet.
It was for the ogres as well, because there were the 2 ogre corpses that are unaccounted for. The 2 that were down here. So she didn't get those either, because it was a natural 1. So
Yeah, you easily track those to 2 of the ogres that are up on the first high rise now.
Oh, okay. That was just a freebie. Good for that. But yeah.
Yeah, you knew there was 5 ogres, and you count 5 ogre bodies.
Okay. So Alvina is now going to do the same thing that she'd normally do. She can't see anything that's a threat, so she's going to loot. Before she comes back.
Of course.
That's fair. As you come into this tent, it looks to be almost like a I don't know, I guess a command tent, but lightly furnished. There's a little padded chair fit for a giant. A table with some scrolls across them written in this very bad handwriting in giant script.
She's definitely taking the scrolls.
And a small chest. Or, I say small chest. A small chest for a giant. A large chest for you. With this beautiful kind of golden, what looks to be almost golden gilded steel bands kind of around the chest, kind of ornating it. You can see the wood's very lovely. It looks like a nice kind of storage chest. Someone's put a little bit of value into this. With a very hefty lock built into the actual chest itself.
Ooh.
Break the lock.
It's built into the damn thing.
She might still be able to do it,
Go
but
on.
Alvina's going to... What's the rest of the chest made of?
It's a solid, strong oak wood with the golden gilded bands kind of running around the edges and perimeter of it.
Okay, she's gonna set the edge of the of a magic weapon against basically the wooden part and just start soaring through it. Like, I'm not
Alright,
trusting
now-
that hinge.
Now this does technically count as you brute force opening it,
Yep, from a different angle.
which means there is a chance you could break something inside.
Fair point, actually, yeah.
That's the risk of just opening. This is why you can't just smash open a chest.
100%, yeah.
You can either break it open and risk breaking something inside, or you can lockpick it. You are fine to attempt to just brute force it open. I just want you to be aware of
Yeah,
the consequences if you fail.
Do I actually have lockpicks? This is an excellent question.
I don't know. Do you have lock picking proficiency?
I don't know the proficiency, but I think I might actually have some lockpicks.
You know someone who could pick the lock for you?
I know, but I'm gonna try it myself
Carrying
first.
around things you're not good at, but you could do.
I've got to check if I've even got the lockpicks in general, because you can make the check and but I have to make sure I've got the things that allow me to do the check. Usually.
Yeah, so the players are aware if you don't have proficiency in a skill, while you can do it, it will have a higher DC than someone who is skilled. So it can get exponentially harder.
She does not have any lockpicks, so she's just going to, like, keep it for now, then.
She's not got like a hair clip.
Go ahead and give me a general investigation, see if there's anything outside the chest, but you're pretty confident anything of value or loot is probably in the log chest.
Yeah. Oh, this is great. That was a lot better than a lot of the other rolls I've been making today, and that was with a -2. I got 11.
You find an ale mug of half-drunk flint oil. You're still not sure why the giants are drinking flint oil, but hey, they seem to like it.
Yeah, Alvin is going to chug it.
You
Of course you are.
find a kind of ink pen with some just regular black ink. There doesn't look to be any of the golden ink here. It looks like it's just kind of used to kind of touch up the edges of the patterns.
Okay.
You can see what looks to be some sort of potentially armor repair kit, but it looks slightly different to the one you're used to seeing for metallic armors.
Okay, armor repair kit.
It's called an organic armor repair kit,
Okay.
if you want to give it a title.
I
As
have
well as one or two other kind of trinkets of no actual value, but that you like a giant might have on them.
Yeah, I'll just put random trinkets giant, essentially, as the... I'll find a use for them. What does the,
I mean, Luke could do
Gunpowder
with the
tastes
ink
like,
for his
'cause
forgery kit.
Yeah, Albino basically go, why do they keep drinking this? Huh, and chug it, just to see what it tastes like.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
You burp a little bit of flame and then go, spicy.
16.
16. It is incredibly bitter and like you're licking the back of a game cartridge.
Oh.
I know that. Do you know what that tastes
There
like?
you go. As well
We
as
all do.
you nearly choke on the fact that it's a little bit more viscous than an actual liquid. It's a bit more of a sludge.
Does it taste like the Switch cartridges?
Yes.
Just to go, yeah, I don't really see it, and like chuck the rest of it over her shoulder, just onto the floor, and pocket the tankard.
That's fair, you do so.
That's everything lootable from in there. She'll just have a general gander around the rest of the area for anything possibly not nailed down, but knowing her, even if it's nailed down, but just is
Rip
not,
it out.
Yeah, just not something that stuff that she can carry back, essentially.
That's fair. We'll get rid of the rest of the slaves here, as they've managed to go to one of the other areas at this point.
Oh, and she will loot the ogres and Oni if there's anything remaining on them that's workable.
You find some very large crossbows and crossbolts, too big for a normal-sized person to use. Potentially usable if
Spears?
you like.
Make the bolts into spears.
I just throw them.
Did the brute have a golden glaive?
Yeah, did he have another glaive?
Oh, yes, he would have, yes.
Cool.
As well as another ring, but there's a chance that one breaks in combat.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, that ring did break. You know what? That's so bad that even the glaive is broken in half.
Ah!
Oh.
Throwing all his rage just smashed it.
It's fine. We've still got 2 of the glaives, so we'll be fine.
I mean, is the golden arcanite in it salvageable?
Yes, you can essentially turn it back into its component forms of golden arcanite dust.
Okay, we'll take it then.
Could do something with, and effectively recycle it.
Yeah.
So it's still worth
Is it the same with the indigo ring as well? Is that
yes, which is why Zormir already has a bunch of broken pieces.
Yeah, I have several of them actually. I have 4 of them now.
I've got 3 cracked indigo rings.
That's why it's like this is the 4th one.
2 golden arcanite dust and
A bunch of
+1 golden infused glaive.
Yeah, lots of what's it called? What did I put? Lots of bolts, giant bolts. I'll basically put in. I'm assuming the what's it called? Braces of defense that the ogres have are buggered, or maybe 1 or 2.
I'll say you managed to salvage at least 1 with that roll.
Okay. Braces of defense. We start actually outfitting a couple of these random civilians.
I mean, you'd be able to wear them as well.
I'm already wearing some. They just haven't done. Their attunement hasn't finished yet. It'll be very soon, but it hasn't quite finished yet, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably about it. Is there anything in these like coolers?
Yes, those were the effectively explosives. They're mild explosives used to dislodge more difficult bits of mining that the pickaxe, particularly since the pickaxe kind of rusted and wore down, wouldn't get through. So they are only of like firework level explosiveness.
Oh, that's fine.
There are 2 giant dumpster trucks effectively full of them. As well as what looks to be just some sheet paneling on the floor over to the far east here. What appears to be some sort of broken vase to the north underneath several gargoyle statues embedded in the walls, kind of looking over the area.
Just sheet bit concern.
Metal sheets. Yeah, that's very, very accurate. I'll be just gonna...
Assassin tells you that they get a strange sensation from the gargoyles. You also pass 2 gargoyle statues coming into them. They don't seem to react unless you're an aberration.
Ah, they're those things again. Okay. We've seen this kind of stuff before. When they say that, we've seen the what's it called, the dogs.
Yes, so these would be a similar defense mechanism.
Yeah, I bet it just goes, that'll be why Drax buggered off. Interesting. And I'm assuming that is basically it.
Yes, that's everything of note.
Okay. So Alvina will run back and go, yep, trolls are gone. There's a lot of stuff. Zoma, can you pick this box?
Sure.
Thank ya.
You
I looted
were
everything.
away for a bit and you decided to loot rather than...
Here's some
I
gold.
shouldn't expect it.
Here's some gold arcanite dust for you as to compensate.
I've been a good girl. Here you go.
Now please pick the luck.
It's not bribery at all.
How much arcanite dust am I adding to?
Just 1 glaive's worth, so whatever that is.
Just be 1 arcanite dust.
Yeah.
Or 1 unit of arcanite dust.
Right.
You
we
can
got?
start slowly fitting up the growing rebellion army as Sid's now free slaves have met up with the new slaves. And Sid, as you kind of spend some time amongst the new slaves, they do seem to be keeping to the story, or their actions are keeping to the story of their very, very eccentric, out there, specialist, experimental mercenary group working for the rebellion. As at least all the free slaves appear to be quite happy, if a little stunned, and you hear whispers of stories of a giant explosive bomb setting off in the center of the room, the fact that they slaughtered and killed several ogre guards and
Just Alvina.
Oni protectors.
Alvina
This
being...
creature known as Alvina that very quickly you realize is the Alvina you've already met, and yep, stories definitely confirm what you saw.
Monster.
Then there's a goblin trying to communicate with essentially a campfire.
Yeah, walking campfire.
Yeah.
As you get to see each of the players, they become more and more strange and more just distinctly exotic in their own way.
I'll flick my
Then
multi-tool
there's
in
a
my
cow.
hand, which turns into the lockpicks. I'm like, I'll show you some artificery, you whatever the frick you are.
Please don't natural one this. This is my big request for you.
Yeah, it was more just to show off the flick.
Yeah, because otherwise Alvina is going to just brute force open this chest if you fail this. And fuck
Right.
if it's
So
broken.
If only we had that artificer.
I've got.
Yours are lockpicking, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, I've got a proficiency in thieves' tools as well, so.
We can have people take a crack at it.
What have you got with regards to pluses? Because I've
You've
got
magic thieves' tools as well.
You know, if you're having trouble there with your chest, I can.
I'd only have a +4.
I would have a +7.
All right, I'll give you my tool. I'll give you a +1.
Yes, a magic
+8 sugar.
I give you guidance for.
Oh.
14.
So who?
That might be an easy trap.
I'm giving you my magic tool to give you a +1 to make that.
Jolene is just standing there. The dwarf is just standing there, sort of watching. About 20 foot back and to the side, just craning in. An eyebrow raises.
Alvina would be holding the chest from the back of it, essentially. So I'm fairly expecting to get hit by whatever the hell explosion this probably is. But
So that's 17.
18, isn't it?
Oh, 18 then.
Yeah, because of the magic tool.
18.
Yeah.
Alright, because you're adding a modifier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. 18 succeeds.
Yay.
It's not like a magical chest or anything. It's just his regular treasure chest. That
no one's checked for traps.
I'll take the tool back.
As you pick it open, you see there is. Actually, I don't think there would be.
Can you make a contested strength check on that one?
Oh, God.
You want a strength check again?
Please don't do it. You'll fail, Zormir. I know how comedy
really
works.
want a
You'll never
strength-
get it back.
Can't do it.
Do it for a laugh, but
Yeah,
don't
it's
take
just
it.
for laugh.
17 is a good score. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Now let go.
He's mine now.
Actually, what is that with your athletics, Zormir, if you have athletics?
With my athletics.
Because it would have been athletics.
Okay, I have a
Do you have proficiency?
+7. I've
Then,
got a
then you
+7.
actually get 21. You actually get 21
Yeah,
and win.
you'd have gone. Yeah, you'd have won.
Oh, sweet. I'll take those
So
4
you
rolls.
Only
would have
just.
got it back.
You'd have only just won.
Yeah.
A +7 onto the.
Just as enough.
Yeah, but it'd be +3 to your save. +4, sorry. Because if your total save is a +7 for your athletics, Yeah, safe was already a +3, so I just add 4 on top of that. So 21.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just managed to wrench it out of.
Oh wait, what am I
Fucky's
doing? I literally rolled 3d4 because I misread it. Oh, it's 1,300 gold. Nice.
400 gold pieces in gems.
Ooh, Alvin of definitely. I love gems.
I'll get you the gems in a second.
Any diamonds goes straight to Gwent. Or anyone who can do
I'm assuming they're not
Revivify.
diamonds on account of
No,
them not
they're
being
just-
worth enough.
Yeah, they're just
Probably
50 gold gems. So altogether, there'd be 400.
I would like some diamonds if we can get around
If
to
we get
finding
some diamonds, even I'm willing to give
Yeah.
you a diamond. for it.
Remember, Revivify just requires diamonds, plural,
Yeah.
to the amount of 300. It doesn't require one
Mhm.
300 gold piece diamond. So if any of them are diamonds, we can gradually build up our supply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea if everybody donates a diamond as your hey, save me.
Yep.
Patch.
I'm afraid I don't have any diamonds on.
Neither do
so-
I. I have a lot of different types of gem, but none of them are diamonds.
But I
Let's just
tell you
say-
what I do have. Is a beautiful sword and shield, which unfortunately I couldn't use against them rabbit trolls. I'd be very much obliged if some handsome young man could escort me to my residence so I could collect them. Or I guess I could go myself.
You specifically asked.
Raise the hand.
You,
and we'll go.
you specifically asked for something that I am not. I am a gorgeous lady.
Yeah, you said handsome man. I don't think any of
Iffy.
us.
You
Go on.
are being modest,
I will
my
go.
little goblin
I'll go.
companion.
I'll have you know I'm a shifter.
Yeah, he's a cow.
As
Oh.
I take off my
Ooh, a beast
off
of
my
a
helmet.
man.
By the way, what's the? How many rolls?
And I
is it
need-
type? First roll is savage. It's 2d4, right?
and I have to keep these people under control.
You fail.
I know it's not easy.
Why am I keep rolling 2d4? I'm an idiot. What? I need to remember what the thing is. Chris, he said there was two rolls on the primordial salvage.
Chris, if you're talking, you're muted.
Yeah, it's two die 20.
Yeah, I'll be with you guys in 5 seconds.
No worries.
All right, a quick break.
Yes,
If
you
we're having
there,
a quick
sugar.
break, I
If
need the
you
bathroom then. So I'll
Wouldn't
be back in a
mind
second. I want to roll it.
escorting me.
They're fun. I want to see if I get more dragon.
Sure.
Zippy might be keen to escort you.
And what might be a zippy?
Our friend over there, the handsome old man over there. He's quite.
He
He's
is a
quite happy
handsome
to be
old man.
free.
Watch his hands.
He's sticky.
I'm not such a fan of sticky.
I don't
But
think
you there,
he's sticky.
young man with the very, very large gun. If you wouldn't mind escorting me.
Is that me or Zormir?
No, it's clearly the other dwarf.
Okay, yeah.
Know this character to be a foil to you all.
Sure. Where are we going?
I think that's a cannon, not a gun.
Just over yonder to my
Yes,
my
it's a
abode.
cannon.
And it's musical instrument, not well, it is.
It's both.
I mean,
I mean, this is
dual
merit.
purpose.
He's another artificer that you say don't exist.
It's a very fine piece of work.
Thank you.
As she offers her arm.
The point.
The point takes her arm.
The point does not take the arm, but walks alongside.
She seems a little miffed,
I'm back.
but follows you anyway. Heads towards her tent.
Abigail, do you know anything about this?
Thing. This is
Person.
interesting. Also, why is there a
Person's a good
random?
word.
Why is there a random extra dwarf with us now? By the way, that.
I think that's
That was
Mark.
that was
Salvador's
nasty.
wife.
Oh, They can shapeshift. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So, do you mean the dwarf that I taught how to gun, or the dwarf that we're walking with?
The new one, which I didn't recognise.
Okay.
The one that I walked away for like 10 minutes, came back, and there's a new one. That one.
Okay.
Oh, disguise self is a wonderful spell.
Ah, okay.
I can cast it at will.
Ooh, that's kind of good.
Who's Will?
Who's Will?
A gift from my god.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
He's
God?
the guy, Will's the guy we always shoot at. That's what I learned. Mum told
I thought
me.
that was Steve.
Wait,
no,
wait.
always, No, always fire at Will.
Are
Remember?
you...
Mum told me that. It's what,
I thought you said they were part of the rebellion. Why do they sound like they're from the Radiant Empire? What god do you serve?
me. I'm me. I serve me.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
Well, the only one I serve is, him above. The Lord. You know.
What?
Jesus.
What god is that?
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
You're going far too much into like Southern Belle here, okay?
I know, it's great. I love it.
I mean, how can you see above us? We're in a cave.
I mean, it's not that bad. Look, you can see all these rocks.
So you...
She points up, and then points north. And then
So
points...
you-
Santa!
Santa!
the one I was going for.
Oh,
So,
sure.
so you worship the Oni King?
No. He enslaved me.
Wasn't it your job to get enslaved?
Well, yeah, but...
It's the principle of it.
Then congratulations, you're good at your job.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, I'm very good.
I'm very confused here.
I
thought
believe
all-
you.
I thought all the gods were bad here.
Didn't
Well,
you say you met one
Yeah.
or something like that?
Not all of them.
Yes. Where
Most
do you
of them
get your
are
power from?
pretty bad.
Don't worry about it.
I just thought Gwent was a
So what-
doctor who's really good at their job. I didn't think they had any god connections.
You just keep believing that, sugar.
Believe in what, sugar?
I'm not sugar.
Sugar?
I'm...
I'm hungry again.
Beef.
Alvina's
mention
stomach
food.
grumbles loudly again.
Please
He's
stop
Dr.
talking.
Sugar.
Please stop talking about food in front of Alvino. You'll just make her hungry.
Hungry.
Alvina's always
I'm
hungry.
already
Whether you
hungry,
talk about it or
hungry,
not.
I can cook you up the most delicious gumbo you ever done had.
Ooh, we have to swap recipes sometime.
Excellent. I'll be right back with my recipe book.
The
And my
invisible,
things.
the invisible girl is still talking to you because I'm assuming it hasn't worn off yet.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it probably only has like 5 minutes left on it by now.
Oh yeah, that means my
I'm gonna-
attunement's done for my braces. Yay!
She
what you
heads and grabs her stuff that she is missing.
I thought attunement, you had to actually
the
sit and concentrate with it.
Where are we getting
Yeah,
this
you do.
from?
Yeah. I thought you just
I
had to
have
wear
no
it for an
idea,
hour.
but I'm just
Oh yeah,
saying that-
is Chris back?
Yeah, as soon as Chris is back, we'll
Roll for
discover-
primordial salvage and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't
I
actually.
thought... I didn't know you could attune by just wearing it for an hour.
Oh, that was the normal one. I don't think you have to.
No, you do have to concentrate on it essentially.
Hilariously enough,
Finland.
there's actually nothing that would have stopped Alvina from concentrating on it. I've just realised. Does it have to be done over a rest? Is the check?
Yes.
Usually a short rest, yeah.
That's why it says usually. Yeah, requires to spend a short rest. Yeah, I never have used that rule. Is the basic one. When I'm GMing, I always like to be the passage of time. Essentially, if you wouldn't do something that would stop it. Essentially.
That's fair.
It allows things to be done like travelling in attunement. It's technically not a short rest, but you are not doing anything that would stop it. So, up to Chris on that one. 100%.
Yeah. Because that would mean
Alvini just needs a nap anyway, so...
it's also for Lou. He needs 2 hours to take.
Because I've got to unattune my armor and
Yeah.
attune to the bracers.
Is your
Yeah.
armor attunement?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
because
from me.
it's magical.
Not all
Alright,
plus
I'm
one
back.
items are attunement. Most of them are.
Zormir made it.
Zormir's one specifically. Okay.
Yeah, the
Or added to it,
yeah,
rather.
the enhanced defense. That's it's attunement.
That specifically requires attunement. Cool.
I believe. Actually, no, I don't think
Yes,
it
because
is.
it just makes it into a +1 item, right? And +1 items
Yeah,
don't require
the-
attunement.
Yeah, the enhanced defense for your armor doesn't require attunement.
Yes, you can just take
Right,
it off
then.
and take the attunement hour for.
Oh, he doesn't need.
braces.
He doesn't need to even take it off. Then he can
No.
just keep the armor and the tune.
You don't get the benefit of the braces while you're wearing armor, is all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's specifically
Then he
part of it.
just need to take the armor off and
Exactly,
and
which
then.
takes like a minute because it's light armor. It takes no time at all.
Hmm.
Oh, it's because if I wear it, I have to attune to be
Yeah, but you have to
item,
attune it into
with-
part of your armor, don't you? Which is attuned
Yeah.
in its own
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
That's where it was getting the attunement.
It's
thing
a
for me.
really weird niche set of rules that are stacking together.
Because I was thinking, Tink never attuned to her plus armor.
If you're required to attune to +1 equipment, Alvina wouldn't be able to work as a build.
It was just the way that when you put that onto your character, that
Yeah, it's because you're the armor subclass.
Yeah.
Because you can essentially attune your like
Extra
Iron
things. Yeah.
Hmm.
Chris, what should I roll for the salvage? If you're ready back, because I heard you back.
Yes, it's a D20. James rolls a D4, so you get 2 rolls. So 2 people roll me a D20 if they haven't already.
I'll roll.
1d20.
I
18.
rolled two earlier, but okay.
Well, no, let other people have the roll, James.
Well, they were taking too long.
Yeah, well,
It sounds wrong the wrong
You
thing.
did not roll.
Yeah, well, that's right. They were taking too
we're
long.
wrapping
That's
up tonight.
The
We're
story
wrapping
of
up.
this.
plus you were the one to open the damn thing.
what was I doing?
18
The
and
point
8.
was escorting Jolene to get her sword and shield. Is that okay? Or is it far away?
No, that's okay because it's a non-combat segment anyway.
Awesome.
So I'll roleplay the rest of this out as we wrap up to get to like effectively the next milestone in the.
Yeah,
night.
so the point is going to snoop around that room as much as you can without actually noticing. But apart
You
from
know, none
that,
of these are actually diamond. As in, like, there isn't actually diamond in the 50 GP. That's like a
No.
rollable thing.
No. It's because diamonds, I think, are minimum 100.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Ah.
That the shittiest diamonds in the game, I think, are 100 gold piece diamonds.
Yeah, because your 50 gold Ps, that'd be like your
Ruby.
agates and things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all right ones, but they're not. Actually, not ruby. Ruby's also higher. It's like topaz, I think, is the
Yeah.
standard good.
Well, there you go. For those who might or care, you get 2 carnelians, a Shalcadoni, I have no idea how to pronounce it.
Chalcedony.
Chalcedony.
Chalcedony, 2 jaspers, a moonstone, a quartz, and a zircon. Or zircon.
I don't know that
Oh,
one.
no.
I want the moonstone, 100%. I mean, Alvin likes gems in general, so.
I'd like a Jasper.
Sure, you can have one of the Jaspers. I'll put.
What is that?
On my forms.
Jasper. Okay.
See, all I can picture
Yeah,
is the old guy from
Simpsons.
Simpsons, yeah.
You already had the 13 GP of
You need the
coin.
walking stick.
Got that written in.
The 2 rolls. What were the rolls?
8 and 18.
8 and 18. Ooh, you're gonna like this one.
Yay!
uh-oh.
Okay, so just gonna
More
comment
trailheads.
now.
More dragons.
Okay, just wait till late comes out.
Ready coloured stone for a Jasper.
Does Gwent or Sid have proficiency with nature?
Not yet. No.
Hold on, I'm just writing something. Let me just check. Natur.
I mean, fuck you,
Sure.
guys. He's standing right by the chest as well.
Oh, yeah,
but
also
unfortunately
that.
not native to your home plane.
Ah.
Unless Alvina would have seen one in Fantasia, she has no fucking idea.
I am, but I'm not intelligent.
That's fine. They're a common item, so you're at least aware of them. And more importantly, you know what this creature is. You get 1 bag of Zorn slugs.
Yes!
Oh no.
So go ahead and give me a nature check to see if you actually know what they do. This one will
Probably something to do with Zorns, I imagine.
Probably.
It rolled over a 19. Again, it rolled over a fucking high number.
You know there's Zorn slugs, but you just cannot remember the life view of why. You remember there's small factions in the rebellion that like rave about them, but you've never been interested in them. Yeah, it's supposed to be 1 bag of Zorn slugs.
Yeah, I've got it written.
Bag
of Zorn slugs.
There you go. You kind of open it up, and you can see these little Zorn, like tiny Zorn worm-like creatures. They've got the same kind of appearance and kind of rocky hide.
Would we have ever encountered a Zorn?
You would have encountered a Zorn. It's just Zorn subspecies are a little bit more unique here.
Yeah.
But you recognize the similar patterns of them. Particularly anyone with nature proficiency already.
Yeah, I don't have proficiency.
So Fuki would definitely recognize at least what a Zorn is.
Right.
Yes, sure.
Well, where did you get Zorn slugs, Shilly?
This box.
Oh.
You just saw us.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
I mean, they kind of look tasty.
Nope, you're not eating my pets.
Oh,
another tube of purple water.
I'll keep the purple water.
Oh, that's sake.
A large tube of it as well.
Yeah, the long one was a large tube of purple warp. I'm pretty sure you've gotten this item before.
Yeah, we just don't know what it does yet. I think this is one of the ones we didn't know.
Did Gwen not establish it yet?
That one I don't think so.
Foaming bottle.
Yeah, and I still don't know what it is.
Yeah, we haven't tried the purple one yet. We're actually out of Trollheads, so this might be the thing I throw next.
I did have a bottle of foam, and I threw that, but nothing really happened.
It buggered off, didn't it? It like the water.
Oh
just
yeah,
went
it made it made the
tough
ground frictionless essentially.
Yeah, it made the patch of dirt that you
it made a
dealt with
mudslide.
Immune to the grapple and restraint condition.
Oh, okay.
And therefore, since it has 0 friction, like a hyperfluid, it fucked off. Because there was nothing holding it down anymore.
Yep.
Did you know that if you put a frictionless liquid inside of a glass tube or jar, it will crawl up the side and out if it does not just go through the glass?
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube.
So yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
It's truly horrifying.
But yes, I believe that was everything from the chest.
Yeah.
I've added the tube to my backpack.
Before I kind of montage what each of you are doing, was there any other questions or anything before we get back into the end scene?
Would an hour of... Actually, no, never mind, because you established you have to short rest. Never mind.
Can Sodoff eat the chest?
Yes, if you let Soroth explore, they will eventually find a little patch of flint oil that was thrown over someone's shoulder. As suddenly it lights up and the entire tent catches fire.
Sweet.
Whose tent is it?
Not ours.
Probably in one of the
tent
Onis.
of the Oni commander here.
Well, he's dead.
He's not gonna need it anymore.
He doesn't care. He has
Should
bigger
we find-
problems.
If Fuck You found the stash of fireworks, he would be piling them into his bag of holding.
Oh, Alvina dragged them back with her.
Yes, you have effectively 2 giant dumpsters worth of fireworks.
Yep. I bought lots of mild mining charges, essentially.
Will we find somewhere to...
How much weight of them would you say?
Ooh, 2 dumpster trucks worth.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit...
That's probably about 2 tons then, if they're dumpster trucks.
Let's go a ton each.
Yeah, so 2 tons.
Okay.
That's 2,000 kilograms.
I'll probably take about 300 pounds of it then.
Yeah, Alvina's going to keep some of it as pocket sand.
All these little fireworks on a stick just sticking out your pockets.
Yep.
Look up.
Yeah, you can take somebody's eye out with a stick.
Yeah, take some of his eye out and then throw red Arcanite dust afterwards and watch what happens.
So,
Yeah,
so
it'll
for
sting like fuck.
Boom! Not if you wedge him in someone, it'll sting a lot more than that. That's how a bolt gun works in 40k.
I know what we can do with it. We'll arm the peasants with them.
With grenades.
so just so you're aware, and for the folks at home who are maybe not as aware, 1 ton is 1,000 kilograms. You are taking 136 kilograms, or 300 pounds of fireworks. 136 kilograms.
You're taking double Alvina's body weight.
Yeah.
That's
More than that, actually.
No, hold on. That's 136 over 2,000 is it's not much compared to what's there. We can light it all off now.
No, we'll see.
That we're not taking.
Here's the thing.
We're arming the peasants with it.
No. We're going to either come back for it, or we're going to tow it with us, and then blow it up as the initial assault on the next zone.
You're taking less than 7% of the total weight of fireworks.
Does anyone have enlarge reduce?
Yes,
Zomir does.
Yeah, yes, but not right now. As well.
None of us have it right now because we need a nap bad.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm not that kind of spellcaster.
I suggest we have a long rest, and regain some of our magics.
If we could have at least 4 hours, I'd really appreciate that.
Damn you elves and their quick recovery.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere safe that we could have a rest in?
Well, if we
Anywhere
block
safe?
up the
really.
Hey, fuck
opening.
You got those companion cubes?
Got 3.
Let's stack 2 of them on top of each other and make a big fucking wall.
Or
I mean,
put
they're
a
only
wall.
10 foot wide.
I suggest
That's
if
about
we're
10
going to
feet,
do
right?
something like that, we put it at the top of this, put
Yeah.
a wall, and maybe some explosives behind it. If they do trash through,
What is the ground made of here?
Packed
Earth.
ground.
So move earth will work on it, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Let's make a
So
wall.
I can move earth up a wall.
Yeah, make a wall like on about here, essentially, so that we'll get a lot of warning for them running around and coming down. Or if they're just going to jump, in which case we can intercept them a little easier, because they'll be jumping, and we'll see them coming.
I'd prefer to make the wall into kind of an alcove, so we've got
You can do that as well.
protection. Because if I remember correctly, that's essentially a cone, so that should be a wall that makes it slightly harder to walk down the nice slope.
That's what I mean. If we put like a high enough wall, they have to actually break it down to get through it, or jump.
But they'd still be able to see us.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put a wall so they have to.
Yeah, but if it
slow
slows them down, we
so we
can
get
get time to
prepared.
prepare.
Yeah.
Oh, block the actual.
Unless everyone wants to
entrance
huddle around Alvina at night when she's sleeping, which is not advised by the Health Commission.
But do remember, anytime you have to prepare, they have to prepare.
We
Yeah,
really,
but if they're
walking
busy
in.
busting down a wall,
we
Yeah, and
really
the,
need to prepare.
That explosion from earlier, that was y'all, wasn't it?
Yeah,
no, that was just
That was that
Alvina.
one.
that
That
was
was
Alvina.
audible in here and all the way up there. And well, let's just, as a for instance, let's just imagine for a second that they think that the rabid trolls did that. But what if they don't? What
Go
if they
further back
realize
into,
and,
then we go further
and
back
come
in
down
and
here?
block that tunnel.
Yes, and make it that much difficult for y'all to get in.
Yeah, the main thing is that currently we are running on fumes, so we really need the rest. So sod it if they get some time to prep. We are going to die if we don't get the rest.
Sid, give me a history check.
History.
Also, the trolls
Would
are
I
still
have an
probably up there.
advantage because I've been here for like 5 months? Or insight,
Yes.
even?
I'll give you advantage on it.
Also, the trolls
Aha.
are still probably up there right now, and it'll give them time to kill the trolls.
Okay.
Or die horribly
Come
to the
on.
trolls, one of the two.
Whichever
That's
happens first.
pretty good for me.
That's not
I
awful,
wasn't
eh?
well educated. No.
No, that's fair. But you are aware of the golden slug.
Legend has it, there's a golden slug.
I want it.
It lays golden eggs.
It does not. The golden slug is the name of their giant mining vehicle.
Ooh.
It burrows.
It's the mole from Thunderbirds.
Yeah, wouldn't it be more of a mole than a slug then? Slugs don't really burrow.
I didn't name it. Why are you coming after me? I didn't name it.
Add that to the list of complaints, Zormir.
Yeah, stupid naming system.
But it would have allowed
Chris,
them
stupid naming system.
to easily breach any cavern within minutes.
I'll take that.
It would allow them to do that.
Yes.
And they have it
So
in
it
their...
is Grond.
It's Grond!
They have it... Sorry, guys, I can't hear myself think. They have it in their citadel, right? It's
in
not
the
out
palace,
here in the
yeah.
mines.
It is not.
Yeah,
they
so-
only
so
deploy
they could-
it when creating new mining shafts.
Yeah, they could be out here any second.
Well, we better get started on
If they
that nap.
if they
It
wanted
would
to
probably
find
take them an hour to deploy it.
We'd better
It is a
get...
complex piece of machinery. But
we would maybe have a short rest, but I wouldn't say we'd have a long one.
Oh, that's bloody
We
short
need a
rest
long
not going to help me.
Yeah, I could use an actual long rest as
Look.
well.
They can get wherever we hide. They can get in.
Mhm.
What if they don't know where we're hiding? Can I? I could dig down and cover the entrance over with Move Earth.
Ooh, I like that.
I mean, I was going to
But
suggest
we,
that.
we will be in a sealed box for the course of the long rest. But
You
Give us some air holes,
Right.
make sure.
You'd be in a sealed box underground. But what about the looks across the various slaves? What about the 60-odd people you got up here?
It's
Where
a
are they
big
gonna hide?
box.
I can
It's a
make
big box.
a reasonably big. Hang on, what is the maximum size of box I can create?
Here's the thing. Do it. And then do it again. And then do it again. And then do it again. And do it again.
I can do it once.
Oh, I thought it was a cantrip.
No,
Ah.
no, it's a level 6 spell.
Fair. We'll be really tightly packed.
It'll be cozy
that's-
and warm.
Okay,
Also-
I can do. I can do 20 feet per 10 minutes for 2 hours, so I can do
You can do it then.
up to 480 feet square.
Also,
I mean, you could do it into a wall rather than underground.
also,
It only works on Earth, not rock.
yeah. Also, here's the extra bit. Give me that shovel.
True.
Give me those 2 shovels, Susie.
Yeah,
Dig.
I mean, we've got 2 artificers. A tool is a right tool for the job.
wait, why is Susie taking? Susie
Susie's-
can't hold a shovel.
No, she can just dig normally,
She can
and
use her
Malvina's going
claws.
to dig
I
with
suppose-
2 shovels at once. Obviously.
Only we had a
Now that
bunch
I
of
think
slaves
about
with
it-
mining equipment.
That's just what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
We just
great
did.
minds must truly think alike.
We just dig.
We have. We literally have a group of people.
We have
who can
a-
dig.
We have a shitload
I'm gonna-
of digging.
I'm gonna give my big pick to the giant Loxodon so he has 3. So that I don't have to dig. I'm not strong.
Right, so we'll come back to that plan as that you'll need to create a space large enough to house people through hard rock. So we'll come back in 8 hours when you've finally made the space to long rest in. Let's while the party is starting this plan.
It'll
let's,
take. As I say, it'll take me 2 hours to make a 480 square foot room underground in dirt.
180 square foot. That should be fine.
We don't need it to be a roomy. We just
But
need to
it's
fit.
2 hours of concentration though, so we have to hope they don't show up for 2 hours.
Well, the first hour you can get people in that part, and then the next 2 hours you filter it back.
Well, I can go for a wander, make sure that none of them come this way.
Yeah, As we're doing
You do
that
that.
in the dirt.
Obviously, it's not safe for you to go alone, so you should have someone with you.
Can anyone else disguise themselves?
Yeah.
Or turn invisible?
Yep.
Perfect. Give me 5 seconds. And
go.
Alvina is
she
basically...
She begins tottering over towards a very large rock with her makeup pad out. She flicks it open, takes a bit of blusher out, goes behind the rock, and reappears a few seconds later as an ogre.
That's kind of
I
impressive.
mean, I can't do that.
Like a medium ogre.
There is no limit to the... I looked it up. There's no limit to the size.
This guy's self.
I assume this is a
You're
magic
modified.
item.
There's no limit to what?
Oh, change them.
If it's changeling, it
I-
can only do humanoids.
I looked at the... I'm sure it is. Features of magic. Bum, bum, bum. You determine the specifics of the changes,
Yeah, it's
toleration, hair length,
Not so much
sex,
that your
height,
size
weight.
changes.
It does not say.
It does.
It,
I'm looking
no,
at it.
No, nowhere does it say here.
Ever on the Rise of the Last War Changeling, right? Which is the official one. That's not UA.
Mm-hmm.
You can also adjust your height and weight, but not so much that your size changes.
It does not say that here. They must have nerfed it.
It's
or
yeah,
added to.
the UA one says you can, which is not the official one. The actual working one. Yeah, because changelings. They were broken in the UA, so they nerfed
All right.
it.
If I click on it, it adds those extra 5 words. That sucks.
Yep.
Ah,
Got
well,
that.
never
Didn't you
mind.
do this the last time as well? You gotta click on things more.
Yeah.
It's 5 words. You'd think they would put it in there.
There's a lot of shit on there.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing it totally. I'm pretty sure it's a system thing.
Yeah, you can't duplicate your appearance of a creature you've never seen. Must adopt the form of some basic arrangement of limbs. Your clothing and equipment aren't changed by the traits.
All right. I actually wanna. We're
Yeah.
supposed to wrap up 20 minutes ago.
Wrap it up.
Okay.
And then we discussed the feasibility of carving an entire mining operation into a wall.
Into the
Short
floor.
for an
Into the
ogre.
floor.
I feel like I'm slightly worried that you guys aren't quite understanding how a siege works, or the fact that you have the element of surprise right now.
Yeah, but we're gonna die because we're out of everything.
No, what I'm worried about is that you're one roll away from dying anyway, because they will just show up before you get the long rest. Only
That'll be
without
fine.
the element of surprise.
Let's throw the purple liquid at them. See
Um,
what it
you,
does.
you can take the risk. That's perfectly fine. I just want to make sure the players understand what they're signing up for.
Yeah,
Didn't
Alvina
you say
essentially
you
goes,
have-
well, she's gonna want the 4-hour long rest for her, and if it doesn't get long rest for everyone, unfortunate, but she's at least getting long rest.
Didn't you say you have Oni that you're meeting up with?
Yeah.
Yeah, the top of the
Further
mine.
up.
Why don't we find them first?
Well, they're
How
up
about-
there where the trolls went.
But
Yeah, so the
retcon it
trolls
to
will probably have
making
carved
your
a swath of
the
the
point
strip.
where we're making the decision before we end.
Yeah, let's
So we've
let's
got
let's,
time.
let's have a,
Let's think about it for a week.
yeah,
And
let's
then...
have a chat
yeah.
for the week. 2 weeks actually. For
Oh, 2
me
yeah.
and Zomi.
Mm.
'Cause we're
You
not
get
in
to
it.
chat on what we're doing. Chris, what are you gonna do with us two?
I feel like we're getting very strong DM hints that we should continue.
I know.
Mhm.
Yes.
Be buried in a box for 8 hours.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
I-
fancy
and-
being
and I
buried
say
do
alive.
have- you
As a
you do have to
character
know
and
that
as a
we-
person.
yeah. We are next to nothing on like abilities and spells.
Yeah,
A lot of
Alvina's
us have
got 1 rage left.
Fuck
Sounds
you's
like
got,
one rage.
Yeah, fuck you's got 2 spell slots. Gwent's got 1 spell slot.
Point
I have
has
0
1
spell
spell
slot.
slot.
I have no spell slots and just a couple spells on a magic item.
Yeah.
On
Got
Guardian.
6.
Yeah, you're a new
Entirely
character.
reasonable. What I am hitting
Yeah, I'm
at is
quite
that you are
decent.
the middle of the enemy territory.
Yeah.
You are not in
no,
a safe space to rest, and
we
you should
get
either
that.
retreat or. Right now, you could, in theory, have a better chance at winning by doing what you've just done and gaining that drop and trying to fight your way through more strategically.
I mean, we've
Whereas-
not got any more trolls to throw at people.
And that's fine if you want to take the risk. I'm just telling you from what I know of your resources, and I know how low resources you are, and what's awaiting you. Your chances are 10 times better by not letting them gain the advantage on you.
That's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe this as well.
I've got
You
basically
can-
everything
it
I
is-
have.
It is your story.
Yeah.
It's going to
And-
be harder for them to decide what they're doing, considering two of us are actually out of the game for next week as well. So probably give them the week to decide what.
Yeah, let's give it the week.
initial-
We are currently in the decision-making process, and let's end it so that Chris can actually
Yeah.
have some break.
Yeah. So the passages to the left let you enter into the slaves' den, which is the map you see now. This is where all the slaves reside and dwell. There are currently no guards here. All the guards are in the central area that you've just defeated. And
I
Sid
can lead you through there.
is able to easily make your way through here. You get anyone who goes with them, you get a good idea of just how desolate the conditions of the slaves were staying here. It's incredibly cold and chill down here, and you can see that they're having to use blankets. You can see little like carvings in the wall where they've tried to make a little bit of a life and a community for themselves, as well as just broken things, and there's scorch marks and stains here and there. Eventually, Sid is able to retrieve their items from their hiding place and is able to equip themselves before returning. But you do have access to this area just off the map to the left. You're also told that there is heavy mining equipment to the north with a additional Oni and Ogre presence, as well as the Big Belly's room to the south, which is the level master. Each room has a kind of Oni lieutenant, but there is a larger Oni general who resides in his office just to the south.
Does the mining equipment need to be manually piloted, or can that be set off automatically?
It needs to be manually piloted in that there's a lot of gears and levers, and it's a complicated, janky piece of equipment. It is possible to automate some sort of rig so that it's just going. You won't be able to steer or anything, but if you just want to turn it on and leave it, you could definitely rig something.
Break on the accelerator sort of thing.
Yeah, or get some rope and just tie it around the necessary levers.
And that's a good idea, actually.
But that's another thing I want to let you guys consider is that you haven't cleared out all the Onis in this ground, and while the ogres can't fight back against the trolls, the Magi Oni mages will not have a problem defeating them.
Neither will the brutes, to be honest. Like, the brutes would have won the one-on-one if I hadn't existed. So
Yeah, so if any of these rooms have a mage and a brute, which a couple of them do, particularly Big Belly is a slightly higher stat block than even the Oni.
Yeah.
All of them will be drawn to within the next hour.
Okay.
Just from the commotion.
Okay.
Yeah. You did let off a nuke an hour ago.
However, something else to put, you have the bulk of the slaves in the lower levels.
Okay.
While there are still smaller slaves that are kind of brought up to do additional stuff, about 80% of the slave population dwells within the lower level, and in theory, you could take the slaves and retreat temporarily outside of the mines if you actually wanted to rest, and then maybe find a different way into the castle.
Yeah,
there are other
'cause they-
options for all this.
Yeah, they will up the defenses on that tunnel that we've just come through.
So those are all things you can consider for options that you have available to you.
To be honest, that's probably our best play.
Honestly, yeah, we're really, really low on the resources, and I don't fancy our chances in a straight-up scrap.
No.
Also got
Get the
you have
people
all
free.
you've got all the slaves and these explosives, so that is to your advantage as well. If you get to jump on them and
how far
bombard.
south is the big boss ogre?
He's in the next room.
Literally next room.
Yeah, the room south.
A little bit of a tunnel and then a room.
How big a tunnel? This is very important.
Probably only 100 feet.
Okay, is there a door that's going to be locking off, like, his office?
Most likely, yes.
Okay, hey Zomi, can I borrow you? Bring the bombs.
I mean, I was going to suggest putting the bombs on the mining equipment, soaking a rope in oil as a fuse, setting that off, and then piling all the explosives onto it, setting it off, just moving.
Drag
then-
the bombs so
Yeah.
far and they explode.
That is my other advice. If you do want to go with the entrenching option, I would booby trap the shit out of everything,
Yep.
and just make it so that they can't come to you as equally as you can't come to them. Then.
I was basically thinking, we put about every bit of explosive we possibly can in front of the Oni's door with a trigger of, the door opens, boom.
Yeah, entirely possible.
That'll just piss him off.
But that is where we're going to end tonight. You have a lot of options as to your path forward. Yeah,
That was fun.
this is the middling part of Rise of the Rebellion and the Mines of Avarice, where it is a big gauntlet where you have to really resource. And you guys came in quite low, so this is quite the interesting challenge.
I mean, we came in like half resources after the devil,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then the remaining resources were fighting the brutes outside.
Technically less, because the point hasn't had a long rest in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great challenge.
Never,
Question,
really.
What is the party's goal here, and is there other alternatives to getting that goal? You do have the ship for Iron Core isn't going to arrive for 2 weeks,
Yeah, we know.
and it does only take you about a week and a half to get there on mount. So you do have a little bit of leeway if you need to spend an extra day here or two. Like I said, you have enough leeway for like essentially a large site adventure for a couple days.
Yeah.
You just don't have enough for like multiple days of site adventuring.
So we get the slaves free.
You can also have the option that while Titan muscle is incredibly hard to dig through, if you go back to the previous room and kind of dig around it and up, you weren't that far beneath the surface if you are going with digging spells anyway, that you could just dig your way to the surface. So there's all your options to consider for next week. You guys can let me know either during the week, or I'll probably at least have an idea of what the party consensus is by the end of next week, just so we don't have to do all the chatting on stream. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. This has been Alterra episode 23 in Rise of the Rebellion and the Mines of Avarice.
Awesome.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.
I'm alive.
You're alive, and
now.
on my you lasted more than half an hour. It's great. And on my end,
Press the wrong button.
that was awesome, Chris. That was hilarious.
Clicking the stop stream now.
Yeah, I'm ended on my end. Yep. So yeah, thank you guys for playing. Thank you, Chris, for GMing. That was hilarious. It was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I'll be back tomorrow, so will Bob, because Geddon's back tomorrow. So I hope you guys looking forward to that. And I will see you then. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. If you keep playing video games, keep it awesome. You guys are the best of Twitch.
Better
Have a fantastic evening. Good night.
Bye now.
See ya.
Bye.
Mm.